Prolong that
Welcome
thumbnail.
back, everybody,
To the
next
grid.
session of Reditus. All right, we're gonna do a recap. We're gonna get into it because we got to miss next week's session, so we got to make sure this one is jam packed.
Wait, what?
So you just had the conversation. Anyways, last week, session 27, the battle came to the close with the strange rats started running off towards the west wall on core 2 of Ciniculam, where the group have been. Harper, the small halfling child that accidentally got dropped by Atlas, got revived. Atlas somehow able to use his spell without the necessary component. This white blinding light shooting out from the top of one of his legs, leaving this white burn mark at the top, but bringing Harper back. The group helped Harper to ensure that he was safe. Doing so, a group started to approach from the northwest. It was a mixture of goblins and humans, drawn by the blinding white light of Atlas's spell. They seemed to only show concern for Harper, wanting to ensure that he was okay. Although their appearance would suggest they were a group of bandits, they seemed to have no ill will against Harper or the group. During this, Mastos tried to chase after the rats and communicate. The only message he received back from the rats as they ran off was, "Failure. Guilty." They seemed to be disappearing through the west wall and somewhere off into the distance. He then went over to the unconscious Harper, transforming the area visually around him into a soft, welcoming, grassy clearing. He then whispered to Harper the name Lapidus and asked him to wake up and talk to him. There was no movement for Harper, but Darius's sword seemed to react with a flicker of energy. Seeing this reaction of the sword, Darius dropped it. As it hit the ground, it changed into purple-black smoke and traveled along the ground to Mastos and then disappeared. Mastos tried to convince the group to bring Harper to Jasper instead of his own home, but the group instead bringing Harper back to his tent. Talking with this group, the Atlads got confirmation that Harper had been there for a few years after his parents were killed, and he has no other family here. He placed Harper in his tent, and after a short while, he awoke. The leader of this group, Rune, seeing Harper come to consciousness, took his group and headed off to the northeast. After Mastos summoned and left Harper with a fey rat, the group headed off to the Dragon Flagon to investigate the gold thefts. On the way to the Dragon Flagon, Darius continued to try and master the summoning and dismissing of his new sword. It seemed to remain on the ground until he resummoned it, unless Mastos within 10 feet of him. Then the sword would dissipate and the energy would float towards him. Mastos seen Jasper's cat friend still following the group and asked the cat to get Jasper to find any information he can on Harper. When the group got to the flagon, Mastos set up a potential trap using a bag of his coins. At the bar, Jack asked a few questions of the patrons, finding one of the victims of the thefts with not much information on specifics. Dagmeier, the innkeeper, got rooms ready for Atlas, Jack, and Mastos. Atlas and Jack check into the rooms. They seem to have been tailored to suit their interests. Darius met a dwarf named Darian, who was a friend of Enric Blackblood, the bounty hunter that was murdered. He explained nothing strange had happened recently other than a purple orb or sphere that was above the city and a purple light shot through the city, which happened about a week ago. He mentioned that he works on Core 4 in the furnaces with Thoric, who had joined him the day previously. Jack sat himself down in his room with the teeth that the group had found and focused in on trying to connect with the Dragonborn they had spoken to previously. Unable to reach this vision of the Dragonborn, he had focused in on the teeth themselves, and after time he felt a crackling, powerful energy around him and got flashes of images. 2 different drakes being attacked by a red dragon, and a male humanoid being stabbed with some sort of runic dagger. He opens his eyes to see Reen, much larger than before, sitting with her wings folded to her side and lightning energy crackling through her scales. We'll come back and see what they do next. Intro video didn't work.
Yes, that protects your flesh, which protects your insides. You wear doubly armor because you're weak.
The wall, and then these weird zombies came out of the wall, and I threw grease on the ground, and then we killed them all, and then we went through the whole wall.
A way to help Atlas. You shouldn't be so hard on those that are willing to fight.
I do talk in kind of riddles sometimes, and I don't always tell the whole truth.
How are you now? How are you? Because I think that's something you should figure out before you get down there, don't you? right, guys, welcome back. So as we left off, Jack, you had kind of just finished your meditating. You open your eyes and you see Reen. Now for the first time sitting cross-legged on the ground, you see Reen sitting and her head is actually slight above you with her larger form just looking down at you.
Jack is gonna kind of look up at her and go, huh. And he's gonna kind of roll backwards onto his back, and he's gonna kind of come up into like a little backflip and kind of stand up and kind of look at her. And he's gonna hold his hand out to her, and she would understand to nuzzle her snout into his hand and just kind of wait to see if she listens.
Okay. And she does. She leans forward and rubs into your hand.
And Jack will start kind of petting her, and he'll kind of look at her and look at the teeth and kind of look around.
Yeah, she lifts up each side of the mouth, giving you a good inspection. You can see that the teeth are almost doubled in size.
Would I say the teeth now that are on the ground are about the same size, or is she like a little bit bigger?
She looks to be, some of the teeth they're not quite identical to each other in regards to size. Some of them she's the same, and some of them she has bigger teeth than.
Gotcha. And Jack's gonna kind of take in her size and be like, "You are quite big." And he's gonna kind of tell her to lay down, and he's going to kind of prop up on her.
Okay. Yeah. She does a circle and kind of like scrunches down and lets you lean up against her.
And Jack kind of gets on her in a riding position and kind of has her trot around the room.
Yeah. So as you hop on her, she kind of raises, and as you sit, go kind of like sling your leg over her back. The ridges on her scales in front of you and behind you, they kind of like start to raise almost like as if she was breathing in and it was raising, but just these two sections, and you feel it kind of like grip front and behind, kind of hold you in place on her back, and she just walks in circles around the large room.
And Jack's just kind of grin. Really bad timing though. Everyone thinks you're small. And Jack's going to slide off of her. And then he's going to gather up the teeth that he had, and he's going to put them in his bag. And then he's going to take two fingers, and he's going to tap them into her head, or on her kind of her snout, and she's just going to dissipate.
Okay. She just, as you go to tap on her head to dissipate, she just smiles, and you hear, "Goodbye."
And Jack is in a pretty good mood now.
Okay. So downstairs,
Taking in that size.
what's happening? Atlas, you had just talked to Dagmar at the bar, passing Mastos on the stairs as Mastos was heading up to his room.
So I've like, can't remember, did I walk away from him after asking about the magic?
Basically just had that conversation, hadn't physically walked away yet, but yeah, you just ended up that conversation where you'd kind of tried to tell if she was telling the truth about maybe using magic, and you could tell that there was some sort of magic involved.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, I'm just going to head back upstairs.
Okay.
To my room.
Perfect. So, Mastos, as you get up to your room, you see you see this hallway. First of all, you see each of these numbered doors. Your key seeing the number 8. What do you wish to do at the top of the landing?
I will go to number 8. No, nothing suspenseful. Yeah, just go to number 8.
Yeah, for sure. So as you get up to number 8, you see a keyhole in the middle, big decorative door in front of you.
Ooh, this shall be mine. and Mastos is a little giddy because he wants to. Oh wait, I guess he doesn't know what's going to happen. No, I'd like to just go into my room.
Okay. So yeah, you put the key in the center and you turn and you hear these 4 kind of snapping metallic sounds as the locks kind of disengage and the door swishes open. It almost sounds like a wind blowing. As you walk in, you see 4 beds on your right-hand side. The third one along looking a little bit different than the others. These kind of green vines around the 4 posters of the 4-poster bed. And where the other beds have like a mattress and these blankets, it's a huge rectangle of grass. Straight ahead, you see a window in the room, and then you see a fireplace to your left with some paintings on the wall of different kinds of animals and forestry. The fireplace has each side of it looks like almost like a tree trunk, and then kind of joining at the top with a long wooden log forming the mantelpiece at the top.
That's really cool. I am kind of in awe coming inside this room. Mastos hasn't seen a room tailored like this ever. He's had nice rooms before. He's slept outside. He's mostly comfortable sleeping outside. But this makes him feel like he's connected to outside. And so I walk in and I want to try each bed.
Okay.
Goldilocks style, but touch of Mastos. And I would like to try the bed, kind of the 4-corner post bed with the tree trunk, the vines growing up around it in last.
Okay. Yeah. So as you hop into the first bed, you kind of do your little prance and then kind of flip horizontal and land and bounce on the bed. Feels very comfortable. Each of these beds look to be pretty much identical. They all have the 4 posters. Only these ones don't have the vines around it. But yeah, it feels comfortable. The blankets feel very soft, almost silk-like. And you hop onto the second one, same thing. Jump up, leg straight, horizontal, bounce on the bed. Feels identical. And you loop around to the 4th one, same thing. Looks like these beds are one and the same of each other, and then you go over to the one with the grass. This one, you kind of take your time a little bit, swing 1 hoof up, another hoof up, and then whoop, the rest of your body flick up. You flop down, and you feel, although it's grass, it feels almost like warm earth underneath your body. It's got a little bit of soft give to it.
Ooh, that's the breath. Just comfortable enough to sleep on. And I am going to take out my precious stone and wrap myself total fetal position, just like I do every night. But the stone is replaced by my teddy bear. I mean, a rock. And I lie there and I drift off thinking about really Harper and just the day, the rats, failure. But I still have my rock. I'm still here. I have my precious stone, my precious. And I want to work towards a long rest, but I will take a short rest if anyone wakes me up.
Yeah, you kind of settle down, cradle in with your rock, just kind of start processing over the day, over the last 36 hours, really, as you've come into this new situation, this new kind of consciousness with these new people. Just over 36 hours ago to you were in Vinmoria City, living every day as it was, visiting your friend in the wall, and everything's changed in just 36 hours. You start to slowly drift off. So Alice, yes, you just leaving the bar from talking to Dagmeier.
Yep. I'm heading up to my room.
All right. So as you head up, you head on into your room. As you open the door, you see Darius kind of laying on the bed, sitting on the bed, just practicing bringing his new weapon out and putting it away. You see this purple and gray smoke kind of dissipate every time.
What he wants to say is you come into the room to catch me playing with my sword.
This purple and gray sword.
I mean, I've been playing with it for a while now.
Mostly purple now.
Did I interrupt?
No, you can come in.
Okay,
I'm
thank
just
you.
trying to figure this thing out.
Well, what? Have you made any progress?
I got to move over and kind of sit beside him on the bed.
DM, have I made any progress?
So before, whenever you were trying to bring the weapon into shape, it would always hold the core of the elven blade, and you can see the kind of gray purple smoke form around it, almost to what you were willing it to do. But the last couple of times you've been doing it, instead of just the purple smoke forming that, it almost looks the entirety of the elven blade is now shaping into that. So each form that you're thinking of in your mind and you're bringing it out, you're able to form it into the shape that you're thinking of.
So I turn to Alice and I go, I think so. I've gotten the like pulling it out and putting it away thing down. But watch this. And I focus. And at first you see almost like a purple outline of like, think of like Anduin's sword. It has like the two blades. And so it outlines and then the energy starts to fill and it like starts to shape and then it reshapes into the elven blade with like the purple smoke around it again. And I'm like, I think I can make it whatever shape I want, but it keeps going back to this and I haven't quite mastered that part, but I can, and it just disappears. I can make it disappear now. I figured that out.
Oh, that's convenient for sure.
Yeah, I don't know where it goes though.
Hmm.
Or where it comes from for that matter.
That's the interesting thing with magic. I wonder if there's just like a world or a plane of existence where just a bunch of trash just pops in and out of.
That would make sense. I mean, that's from what I understand, that's what happens with, and I pull out the bag. That's what happens with these. But I think it's its own little pocket dimension. It's not like a whole other plane of existence.
Wouldn't it be interesting if, people lived in that existence? Someone walking down the street with his trusty sword and then
It's just gone.
and then they're just sitting there eating a bowl of food and then it's back and it's in their neck.
Well,
Hmm.
they would
Funny
need you in
things
that
like
world.
that. Anyways, I should probably run some scans on myself. I feel like it's been forever since I've powered down. What time is it?
Is it 2 p.m.?
Yeah, I think it might be around there.
What time is
No,
it?
I think it's around like 7 or 8 at this point.
Yeah, you gauge it is getting into the early evening, around 7 p.m. approximately speaking.
Yeah, definitely feels like I need to take some time.
Well, I mean, we have rooms. We can rest for the night. We're not. I don't think we're rushed. Is Jack in a hurry still to get somewhere?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't really talked to him. But, I mean, normally I don't rest in rooms. It's more on the fly. But this bed over here is kind of
I'm gonna move over to it.
fits perfectly. I might just have to take it for a spin. You know what I mean?
I think so, but you don't really take like a carriage, like a horse and carriage. You take that for a spin. You like take it out and you go for a ride, take it for a spin. You don't really take a bed for a spin. It's stationary. But I get what you're saying.
Okay. Well, I'll work on that.
Yep.
Can I, before I long rest, can I spend like an hour or two just kind of like scanning myself? I want to focus in on like what was going on with my leg and then also my new legs. And just, I don't know if I have to attune to anything or if I can just learn more about it and how it operates. I want to just basically spend some time doing that for the next hour or two.
Yeah. So roll investigation.
Uh, 15.
Okay. So as you start kind of going over the details, your eyes are immediately drawn to the kind of the white circular scorch that is in the top left of your new shiny legs.
Mm-hmm.
As you inspect it and you kind of look on the underside of it, you can see now there's some sort of disc that doesn't match. It's right behind where that white burn is, and there's nothing on your right inside leg, so it doesn't match a component you would expect to kind of mirror each leg.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like metal and circular.
Can I press it? Like, does it turn or?
Yeah, so as you reach down and you kind of put your fingers on it and you kind of start to fumble with it to see what this thing is, and as you kind of give a little bit of a pull, it does start to come away from the leg. It almost feels like it's pulling towards the leg, but you pull it away almost like it's magnetic.
Yeah.
You can pull it right off in your hand.
Okay, I'll do that.
Yeah. So as you lift it up, you take a look. It is it's like a silver disc. And it has this pattern on it. One side is completely flat where it was magnetized to the inside of your leg. And then in front of that, it's got these kind of almost like in a circle, these three kind of like swooshes. They're almost going around in a circle. And in the center, there is an indent, a circular indent where there's just, it looks like there was something there before, but as you kind of look at it closer, you just see little pieces of powder, kind of blue powder in the middle of it.
Okay.
Roll a religion check.
Oh, that might actually be good. 19.
18. Okay.
19. 19.
So as you kind of you're staring at it, you're kind of thinking like, what could this possibly be? And you kind of like almost feel like a little bit of a flick, almost like something kind of got unlocked or something. And you just all of a sudden you access the knowledge that this is a symbol of one of the deities, Sparrow. It was labeled as the Hope Bringer, and this is his emblem or her emblem.
And sorry, what does the emblem look like again?
I will share it to you.
Okay. The Sparrow, you called it?
S-P-E-R-O. Oh, maybe I don't have it lined up.
Can you turn the music down at all?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Better? The better volume?
Yep. Yeah. It's
It sounds like Johnny Cash should be singing over top of it,
yeah.
telling one of our stories.
Where did I thought I had this ready.
Only had a week.
I know, right? What a slacker. Ah, here it is. So I'll just give you I'll send it to your journal, but there's a pop-up of it. So you have these kind of like concentric kind of circles, almost looks like waves forming in, and an indent in the circle in the middle.
I got no pop-up.
Didn't pop up on Roll20?
Nope.
Okay. Well, anyway.
Yeah, that's fine. Look at it after.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to show Darius actually.
Okay.
Darius, have you? This came out of my leg. I think this is how I brought back that child. I felt the energy come from this disc that seems to have been inserted into my leg. Do you know anything about this, or have you seen these markings before?
Can I take it?
Sure, yeah.
What do I see?
So roll a religion or a history, your choice.
Good roll, good roll, good roll, good roll. What's my sheet? Which one is better? Okay, my history is 2 and my religion is 2. So it's a 17.
Okay. Which one are you choosing? Religion. Or
It doesn't matter. It's 17. So
well, it matters what the response is.
Oh,
but okay.
okay.
Fine. So yeah, as you look at this, you recognize it immediately as this is one of the kind of main deities before the cataclysm, and the following for this particular deity waned a lot after the cataclysm. Being the hope bringer, it was thought that a deity of that stature should have helped prevent such an event. So a lot of the following for this particular deity had diminished.
Well, it's definitely related to some type of deity pre-cataclysm, calamity, whatever. It's the deity was called the Hopebringer. So I guess they were good, but I mean, if this is related to you, that would explain why you can heal people.
Yeah,
I don't understand where it came from, though. These are...
so this is on the new legs that I've got, right? It's not, it wasn't on a part of my body, right?
Yeah, that's right. It's on the new
Yeah.
legs.
Yeah.
These are on my new legs that our traveler merchant friend got me. It's interesting.
So I've been thinking.
Uh-oh.
No, just hear me out. And
Okay.
this is gonna. So, what was her name? Was it Cleric? Cleric? That was the girl, right? Cleric. That
Yeah,
we
the
met.
goblin.
Yeah.
No, not the goblin.
Yeah,
that was
Cleric.
Sunak.
You're Sunak. Yeah.
Cleric was the one that gave him the legs, right?
Mhm.
Installed them. Yeah.
Or installed them. Yeah, sorry. So Cleric told you your history, your essence or whatever came from one of these grounding spheres, right?
Right. Yes.
Now, this is going to go back a little bit. I mean, it's only been like a week, but remember those 5 spheres we found under the church?
Mm-hmm. The ones they brought me back, right?
Well, I don't. I think I don't know. I don't know what brought you back. I thought maybe it was them, but I mean, what happened in there was crazy. But before that,
Mm-hmm.
there was an inscription in music on those spheres, and it said, "Hear our prayers and find your way. The beacons are ready to guide you from your starlight prison. Bless this world yet again from your power and guidance. The old gods can hold you no longer. We all hold our magic in the grounding spheres." So, I mean, the
Can
old
you
gods.
sing that? Like, you said it was a song, right? Like, maybe...
Yeah, I don't think it's going to have anything now. It seemed to
Well,
react to those spheres.
Maybe, but what's in me is part of those spheres. Maybe try singing it.
Okay, we'll revisit that. I'm going to need some time to practice,
Okay. All right.
but I promise I'll give it to you. Don't worry. Just maybe not today or tomorrow, since we're going to be sleeping. But what if? I mean, what do you?
Where are you going with this, Darius? I'm not...
What if you were one of those beings? Like, what if there are consciousness trapped inside of each of these grounding spheres?
And I'm one of them?
Yeah.
I don't... I mean, anything is possible.
Well, I mean, they said that when they broke open the sphere, they had to contain whatever was in it inside of your body. And that's when you came to be. I'm not saying that you're bad. I mean,
No,
I just... Maybe you're more than you think you are.
I feel like I could be more, but I also feel feel my programming. I feel like I'm limited by how I was built. So, am I both? Could I
Well,
be both?
I don't know a lot about automatons. I guess again, with my whole thing, I know a little about a lot.
Fair. I mean,
But-
I don't really know much about them either.
I don't know if it's your programming that's holding you back. Like, your body was destroyed and then recreated by something.
Mhm.
So I don't know if it's even programming. I mean, I know for you it feels that way because maybe when the energy entered your body, that was the only way it could amalgamate with you, is by turning whatever it is into programming or some type of language that your container would understand.
Right. Like speaking a language.
Yeah.
Can you tell me from what you remember how I was brought back? Like what
Well,
the
I
events of what happened there?
I took you to the chamber where that energy went through you,
Right, when Doran's leg was
restored.
restored.
So I took
And
you
you
there,
did
and
that by singing, right? You sang the song of the orbs?
I didn't. I don't remember. Did I sing?
You just repeated.
Yeah,
the,
I just read it,
phrases.
right? Yeah. So I just read it out loud. But when I read it to the sphere that had the writing or the notes on it, it reacted, and then it started floating. So then I followed the sequence. The energy then, the same thing happened, except the energy was a different color. The whole room started shaking, and then it started to cave in. And I think, did the golem come out while the thing was happening?
So just to refresh your memory, as this was happening, a tear opened up. And then 5 purple orbs
Right.
came out, and then a yellow orb went into the ground, which then the golem came out of that.
Okay,
Then
so
you
I
close
repeat
the
all
tear.
that. I say all that to Atlas. And then it was like time froze. And question for the DM.
Mhm.
The mother that was standing before me, was it the same figure that I saw in my most recent unconsciousness?
It was a vision of what you know as your mother. Yeah.
Okay. My mom, my mother, and I think my father, I mean, I don't even know if that's who they are anymore, but they were standing before me, and one told me that my father told me I needed to seek power, and my mother told me I needed to embrace my compassion. And at that time, I thought that me seeking out things, because I thought maybe it was my greed that led to your death. So I took her advice and I embraced the compassion, which I gained knowledge on how to stabilize people from that. But when I took her hand, whatever she was holding, I kind of snapped back into consciousness, and then the tear closed. But those purple orbs came out, and that's what Darian was talking about. He said a purple orb appeared above town just before all the crazy stuff that's been happening here started happening. But yeah, so the yellow orb went into the ground, the golem came out, and that whole room collapsed on itself. We couldn't even get you. And I thought that it was done. We had lost. You were gone. And then we got a call from Jonas after we went to continue that the golem had carried you up to the surface. And then there was the sequence of events where the Jonas dream that I told you about. And then when I came to, you were restored.
So the golem, it was friendly.
Yeah, I think. Was the golem Sereth's?
It wasn't. Seraph didn't seem to control it.
Okay. Because I know she did have one, right? She had a golem she could control. No,
She had
Okay.
mentioned to you when you were asking about Atlas's dream that it would make sense a golem because of Terra, who is the kind of the deity that she follows.
Oh, okay,
as
okay,
an
okay.
Earth deity.
So yeah, they say all that to you too. But yeah, like really, what kind of restored your body? I don't know, unless it was this Terra.
Does Terra have anything to do with the deity that gave me this?
The Hopebringer?
Yeah.
I assume they're two different deities. DM?
You can roll a religion.
That would be an 18.
18, perfect. Okay, so yeah, thinking back to your schooling when you did pay attention. You know that there's almost two separate types of deities in this world. There's kind of the deities that the most powerful and wanted to construct the mortal plane, and then there's the essence deities, which are sort of components of earth, water, lightning, and fire, and these deities were created to help kind of form and build the entire world. So Terra was one of those deities. The Hopebringer is one of the sort of a main deity.
Okay. So no, they are separate beings. Terra being kind of like, think of like almost like an elemental being.
Mm-hmm.
She is more of the earth, hence Terra. And then the Hopebringer is like a higher plane deity, stronger, more powerful.
The Spiro, right?
My headset's doing something. Give me a sec.
Spero.
Mhm.
Sorry, you were saying there's two types of deities. The one is like the Hopebringer. What kind of deity is that?
Oh, why isn't it working?
So there's the deities, and then there's essence gods. These essence gods are kind of the lower level tier gods.
Okay, so Terra's the essence god. So Spiro would be like your high level.
We'll call them main deities.
Main. Okay.
Okay, I am back.
Okay, welcome back.
Welcome. All right. Well, I guess I'm just wondering if the golem is something that we could. Is there any way to speak to these deities?
Well, I mean, from my understanding of what you would represent, I mean, you're obviously a very special case, but generally, someone who wields healing magic like you do, there is an order of what they're called as clerics, and normally they speak to their deities through like prayer.
Mm-hmm.
And don't ask me much about that, because I mean, I know the concept of it, but I don't know if there's something you need to be able to actually communicate with your god.
Yeah. Maybe I can try to see if I can speak to what's inside me or what it's connected to.
It can't hurt. The worst thing that I could see, well, I mean, I shouldn't say that. I don't know enough to say it can't hurt. But I mean, like, I know when a regular cleric tries to pray to their deity, they get an answer or they don't. It usually doesn't result in something negative.
Mm-hmm. Okay, maybe that's what I'll try. Maybe I'll try to reach out and see what am I some being that doesn't have its memories, like you said? Like maybe I'm from another plane and
I think we should err on the side of caution, just because it does say that the old gods can hold you no longer in that little thing I read.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if the Hopebringer is considered an old god. I mean, they were gods before magic was gone, right? So I don't know if they're considered an old god. And it says our power is in the grounding sphere. So I don't know if what you have inside of you is something that's supposed to be in direct conflict to them, or if there's something else. There's more to this story we need to uncover before I can give you definitive answers.
Right.
So just, I mean, if you are going to pray, just be careful.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll let you know when I start.
Mhm.
Maybe you can keep an eye.
Yeah, I can. I'll do what I can.
Okay.
What?
I want to.
I want to.
Mhm.
Can I program a shutdown word?
In
Do you
what
think
way?
that's something? In like, could I give Darius like almost like a kill command where it just shuts me down? Do you think I could program something like that within myself? Or like a
If-
word that triggers stasis?
You couldn't, but somebody who has the knowledge of like automatons could.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know enough of your inner workings to kind of install something like that.
Okay. All right. Okay.
All right. Well, I think I'm gonna run some scans on myself some more, and maybe go into stasis for the night. Did you need anything from me before I did that?
No, I'm just still trying to figure this out.
Okay. Well,
I just reach out and put my hand on his shoulder, and I'm gonna cast guidance on him.
maybe a little extra help for that for you.
Oh, thanks.
All right. Good night, Darius. Thank you for talking.
Yeah, no problem. Just let me know if you are going to pray so that I can be prepared to try whatever I can try.
Yeah, I'll let you know. I'm gonna run some scans first.
Okay.
All right.
I'm gonna head over to my custom bed.
Okay.
And I'm gonna do like 2 little circles around it like a dog, and then I'm gonna go. And then I want to run more scans on my legs, like specifically the new upgrades, and see if there's anything I can ascertain.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, so as you kind of go over the inner workings of the boots. You kind of like stomp around a little bit in place to just kind of feel how they move. Having activated them earlier, you got your first kind of feeling of that. But being a little bit more familiar and spending some time working with the different kind of joints and pivots and these new kind of small little circular devices that seem to shoot out these powerful thrusts. After spending a little bit of time with it, you feel a lot more confident that you'll have actual control of your direction and speed next time.
Okay.
And you do see it has, you can feel that it has some sort of, it builds itself up over a day. Like this kinetic charge as you use them seems to charge the boots, your new legs. But you can sense that arcane energy that you could kind of infuse it with your own magic if it had been depleted.
Okay. And that was I can use any level spell to recharge it, right?
Yep.
Okay. Even cantrips, right?
No level spell. Zero is not level.
Okay. All right. I will. I'm not going to rest yet. I'm just going to kind of go over myself, and I think I want to start maybe like kind of looking inward a little bit. Like I don't want to reach out too much, but I want to just see if I sense the presence of that energy. If that's something I could maybe try to reach out to.
Okay. Darius, what are you doing while he's inspecting himself?
Same thing. Just trying to master the sword. That's well, basically like my goal right now, for because I don't have any more plans for the night.
Circle jerk.
I'm just gonna practice mastering the blade until it's around 8:30, 9 o'clock, and then I'm gonna go to sleep for the night. There is a key reason that I want that specific time, because if I sleep for 8 hours, my hood will recharge, since I haven't used it for 12.
Yeah, no problem. No problem at all. Yeah, so you kind of continue to practice, and with each kind of like thrust out of it, dagger, falchion, longsword, like you're just getting more and more confident with bringing out the shape that you want to it took him out too. And it's interesting too because the shape and size is almost unlimited to you. You know, you pull out a dagger, such a small item, but then again, woof, you pull out a glaive, and it's this long two-handed weapon, which is almost would normally be too heavy for you to lift, but just feels light in your arms. And you continue to do this until you feel extremely confident that you can bring it out and put it away when required.
Sweet.
So Alice, checking over your body, you do feel a little bit kind of a little bit of the tingling from the damage you received earlier. But as you go over, other than the white kind of marking on your leg, which is now slowly starting to fade away since you removed the symbol, you don't really see anything else that kind of stands out to you. Looking inwards, you said, what exactly are you doing to make that happen?
Just I'm trying to sense if there's more than just programming that is running my systems, almost like as if I just want to kind of like look past my programming and see if there's like a presence there.
Okay.
But I'm not trying to attempt any communication. I just kind of looking like almost like quieting my internal programming to just see if there's something else present.
Okay.
Meditating.
Automaton meditation. Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So you kind of sit and kind of like sink yourself down into your new comfy style bed and kind of bring your head down inwards a little bit and just kind of like focus in, almost like you're searching around for a memory or a feeling or a something that doesn't feel like it's kind of going through a set of sequential systems. Yeah, you spend some time doing that.
Okay.
So does everybody want to move into a long rest at this stage then?
That's my plan, yeah.
Okay.
That works.
Yeah.
Okay, Alice.
Yeah.
Are you sure you want to?
Yeah.
Alice says no, and then everyone back.
Actually,
I want to get up and start waking everyone. No.
all right, perfect. So,
Okay. Yeah. No.
okay, great. So
Yes,
yeah, you
sorry,
guys. Yeah, I figured you're the one that's been dying to get one. So yeah, everybody mark off a long rest for yourself. Refresh everything you need to refresh.
I only had like 6 level spots left.
I had 2.
I still had quite a few spell slots, actually.
No, I was like dead broke.
Oh, okay.
I had all mine.
Although I had gone through quite a few of my inspirations. But I get those back from short rests, so it's not a big deal.
Oh, we all have an inspiration point too. Or
Yeah,
something.
make sure you
don't
all
we?
mark that off for last week. You guys did awesome last week. So
I love the little checkbox. It gives you a
Yeah.
little swirly dragon.
Where's that at?
It's right above your proficiency bonus.
Yeah. It's
Oh,
funny
You
because
guys are in roll 20.
yeah, it's just like, oh wait, how do I have 3 inspirations?
Oh, look at you.
Why does it say that?
I see heroic inspiration.
How do you add numbers to it?
I don't know. It just says 3 next to. Maybe it's just my window.
That's your
looking.
proficiency bonus, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's just my windows fucked up.
Okay.
Messed up.
Anyways,
Yeah. Oh.
so I was thinking the other day, it was like, oh, it's cool. We finally got an inspiration point. And then I was like thinking, I'm like, why did we get that inspiration point? And it's because we worked well together. Then I realized it's like we just did 6 months of not working well together a single time. Is that basically what that meant? It was like,
Gold star.
could have we been getting these all the way
Takes
through?
time.
it may have been a hybrid of you guys really not being cohesive and me not remembering it was a thing. I think it was like maybe a little bit of a
Yeah,
combination. of both.
I think it was more of the latter, but you know, we'll say
He
it's
was,
both.
he was watching Critical Role, and Matt Mercer was like, "You get inspiration." He's like, "Whoa!"
No, they,
yeah.
he actually
give those
doesn't
out.
give them out.
No.
I haven't seen in all of the
No.
first campaign. He didn't give them out. I haven't seen it in the second either.
Yeah.
I haven't watched him, so
Oh, I put that disc back in my leg too, by the way. I don't know if I made that clear.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
When you weren't expecting, you can tell that it has this magnetic pull to it. You basically would stick to anything magnetic. You know, it doesn't have to go in exactly that spot, but just so you know.
Oh, it just sticks to me.
Yeah, the bottom plate of it seems to be magnetic. So yeah, it just
Okay.
anything you're like, you place it to, it does seem to stick if it's metal.
Okay.
All right, so you guys kind of all fade off. You're getting your rest. Mastos,
Yes.
as you kind of like fade it off to this warm, comforty grass bed that you've missed for so long. Fade off, close your eyes, and you start to hear like bird chirps and the small like little hopping sounds. You kind of close your eyes, and you can see that you're in sort of grass clearing. You look about 50, about 50 yards away. You see kind of a group along the edge of a forest. You see a figure kind of standing up and talking down to about a half dozen other figures. You get a little bit closer, and this figure that's standing looks very strange. Almost looks insect-like, standing up, 2 legs, 4 arms, and this kind of like strangely shaped, almost cone-style head. And as you get a little bit closer, you can't really hear what they're saying. But the ones that are sitting down, they start laughing, like ha ha ha, ha. And you hear the humanoid figure that's standing up with the 4 arms kind of gesture, make a few more gestures, and then almost do like a little dance, and then you see them all laughing again, and you quickly sprint over. You start hopping over to get part of the fun and see what's happening. And as you get close, the laughing immediately stops. And you're about 10 feet away, and this figure now, this sort of insect figure, turns, and you see these big yellow eyes just staring at you, but it looks friendly. You don't feel threatened. And you see it turn around, its mouth come into a shape of a smile, and these 4 arms kind of lift up. And then you feel warmth coming, and you start to see the skin crack. This yellow 4-armed insect, the skin starts to peel off it. And you see this black, almost sludge start to form underneath, and these hands now reaching out. It was your fault, failure! And these hands go around your neck, and then you just immediately open your eyes, and you look up, and you're staring at the ceiling in your bedroom.
Almost like this.
Almost exactly like that. So you wake abruptly. What do you do?
That was wild. It felt warm.
You picked the wrong camera, Tim. There you go.
It felt warm, and now it feels right. What was he? Who was he? This is all inside Mastos's head. This is how Mastos thinks he talks to everyone. Why? Why did it turn? What did I do? Rats said I failed. What did I fail? And with that, I'm going to remember that I have my familiar rat with Harper.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to lurch out of bed, lurch up in bed, hooves behind me, and close my eyes and reach out to my rat. And I'm going to use the ability of Find Familiar to connect visually and audibly with my rat. But it leaves me blind and deaf.
Yeah. So as you immediately get this thought in your head and this reconnection with the rat, and you go to reach out, and you lean forward, you even push your hand forward, and you can't seem to get the connection. And as you kind of look up, and you see the brightness shining through the window, and you realize that you've slept through the night, and it's now the next morning.
No. Well, that means I must take it. Everyone's still sleeping. Okay. No,
You're in your own
I
room,
would like
so.
to attempt to ritual cast Find Familiar.
Okay. Yeah. You can start casting that.
Yeah.
At this point, Jack, you awaken. And Rena's not there, as being dismissed. What would you like to do?
Jack will get up and make sure he has all of his belongings, and then he will make his way downstairs.
Indeed, you check everything. It's going there. You have the bag of holding, or does Darius?
Darius has it. I do have all the teeth, though.
Okay. All right, so yeah, you check your belongings. Everything seems exactly where you placed it before you left. These doors, when they close behind you, seem to auto lock. So seem to be no disturbances, no break-ins. Everything seems secure.
So yeah, Jack will go downstairs, and he's going to get something to eat and drink. He's going to sit away from the door, facing it, so he can watch anyone coming in and out. And then he would like to. He's not going to lollygag. He wants to basically eat, and then he wants to kind of go outside of the inn and kind of walk up and down the street and see what he can see.
All right, so we'll start off with you heading downstairs. So you head downstairs. You see Dagmeier behind the counter yet again. You see the small halfling helper just off to the side of the bar, standing there with his little cloth at the ready. You see a couple of patrons already in the inn. Kind of must be for breakfast. Just eating away. You reach. Well, good morning. How was your sleep last evening?
Probably the best I've had in a while. Kind of felt like I was back home.
Oh, that's fantastic. I'm so glad to hear. Should we book you in for another evening?
Not yet. Just kind of depends on how the day goes, I guess. Are the rooms hard to get, though?
Well, it depends if there's anything going on, if there's any festivals or gatherings or anything like that.
And I presume nothing's going on today?
Not today, no. I think in a couple of weeks, though. We've got the creation celebration approaching, so you want to get booked in early if you have nowhere else to stay.
Okay. Just a meal and something to drink for the morning.
Of course. Not a problem. Why don't you have a seat and I'll have Bert bring it over. Oh, what's her name or something? I'll get it for you. Just a second, Bert. Settle down. She gestures for you to go sit at the table.
Is this still covered by Atlas, or do I need to pay you?
The coverage for the room also gives you breakfast as well. No problem at all.
Jack's kind of shocked. Okay.
I apologize. Your name again was?
Jack.
Jack, of course. My apologies. Yes, have a seat and we'll have Bert bring that over as soon as we have something whipped up for you.
Then Jack will go sit facing the door.
Okay. Atlas and Darius. So Darius, you would wake up first. You wake, you'll see Atlas sitting in his comfy bed.
Just again, I go. Okay, cool. I turn. Alice, buddy. I think it's time to wake up.
Do I hear him?
Yeah, your stasis time's over, so you would hear him.
Okay.
Oh, that's much better. Ooh. Good morning.
Yep, it's morning.
Mm-hmm. Indeed. What time is it?
What time is it?
2 p.m.
Wonderful.
It is 9 a.m.
9 a.m. Well, shall we get to going?
Yeah, you go ahead. I'll be up in a minute.
Oh, is there something wrong? Did you not sleep well?
No, I just don't like waking up.
Oh. Well, I mean, you can't accomplish anything sleeping.
You can accomplish recharging sleeping.
Are you not recharged?
Dude, I'm fine. Just go. I'll be out in a minute. I
Okay,
gotta go
okay.
and do my prettiness.
Oh, okay. I'm so sorry. I will see you downstairs. Would you
Yep.
like anything brought up for you, or will you
No,
need
no,
it
I will. I'll be down in like 10 or 15 minutes.
10 or 15 minutes? Sounds good.
45 minutes later.
Alrighty. We'll see you down there.
Sounds good.
Start heading down.
Okay. Mastos, at this stage, you will have completed your ritual cast.
Excellent. Then I will also ritual cast Speak with Animals for 10 minutes. But I don't need to speak with my rat to do that. So before I actually start that, I'm going to send my little rat. You chosen. You stay with me, and I'm going to actually use a spell slot to cast it again and transform it into it was either you know what, let me roll for it. Hold on, excuse me. Ooh, owl.
Okay. So I'm going to go with the rule that when it's dismissed or it auto dismisses itself, you don't have to spend another slot to change its form.
Oh, okay.
Because I think that's a silly rule. So if it disappears, I think you should be able to bring back something different. So we're going to go with that. So you don't have to waste a spell slot.
So I bring it back as an owl as the dice decide as well.
Okay.
So ooh, that was a good owl. That's good.
Sounded kind of pigeony to me.
And you oh. To name a thing. To name you I must. Musto. Musto is your name. You can stay here, and I pick him up and put him on the bed beside me, and I will ritual cast a quick Speak with Animals.
Okay. So he nestles in. You kind of see his feet sink in to the grass, and his whole body kind of shift in. And now he's got like no neck. He's got a fluffy little head and body, just sitting waiting.
It's so cute. That's so adorable. It's so hard to ritual cast with something so adorable. Just want pets. It's more like disturbs. And come on, you're so. That's great. After I've done that, I'm going to come out of my room and with Musto following me.
Okay.
I don't know if that's
as you
not creative or not.
So yeah, as you start kind of ritual casting Speak with Animals, as you're starting to kind of do that process, Atlas, you are now down the stairs. You see Jack sitting at a table. You see a couple of other patrons kind of scattered, Dagmar and Bert, where you usually see them.
I'm gonna go up to the bar.
Okay. Good morning, Mr. Atlas. What can we do for you this fine day?
Oh, wonderful morning. I would like to... I seem to, morning voice. Weird. I would like to buy breakfast for my friends. If, they come down and wish to have breakfast, here's 2 gold to pay for anyone's breakfast this morning.
Oh, well, before you do that, just know that any rooms for the evening also include a breakfast. So if you wish to present a 2 gold tip, I'm more than welcome to accept it. However, not necessary if it's just for purchase of breakfast.
Oh, wonderful. Okay then. Then I will... I don't really need breakfast myself.
Your
You
friend
haven't-
Jack is already eating right over there. She gestures over to Jack.
I look at Jack and wave.
Jack just nods.
Oh,
On brand.
he's so pleasant.
On brand.
Alright, well, thank you. I hope you... Are you hungry, actually?
Oh no, I took care of myself before starting the day. Thank you very much, though.
No problem.
I'll flip him 50 silver or 5 silver. Yeah,
Okay,
math.
she just kind of looks on the counter like, thank you. Everything's appreciated. Thank you, Mr. Atlas. Just goes
No
on the
problem.
couch.
Head over to sit. I'm gonna sit. Where's Jack sitting?
So he's at the closest table to the bar in the northern area.
Okay.
If you go on roll 20, it's like you should be able to see it.
Oh, I didn't know, sir. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't know it was up yet. Well, look.
It is. It is. Okay. I will. I'll sit
Yeah,
right
that
next
works.
to him.
Yeah, it's a perfect spot for him.
Okay.
Oh, that creepy butler's here.
I'll just sit right next to him, and I'm just gonna stare at him.
Okay. Jack, you see Atlas just stutter on over, sit down, and he's facing forward. You see the head just.
Is Jack eating at this moment, or is he still waiting for his food?
Oh, you're still waiting for your food. This is all kind of just
Okay,
happened the last
yeah.
few minutes.
Jack's just kind of got his hands on the table, and he can he hears a slight creak as as Alice turns over, and he's just side eyeing, like starts tapping the table a little bit.
Good morning, Jack.
Morning, Atlas. How was your night?
Oh, it was wonderful. I got a full 8 hours of stasis. Oh, I feel so good. Feels so long. Oh, what are we gonna do?
Today?
No, tomorrow. Yes, today. I mean,
Well,
we can talk about tomorrow too, but I'm so ready to go. We should go do
I guess
something.
we could have talked about splitting the day into increments, morning, afternoon, and evening. But
Hmm.
if we're doing the day as a whole,
We could, yeah. Whatever works best for you.
check in with Carmen,
Wonderful.
solve this golden scroll issue, and
Solve
head-
the thief issue, yeah, noted.
head to Centaurium.
Head to Centaurium. To save... Wait, what are we doing in Centaurium again?
Well, now we have another task. Not only do we need to get there so I can complete this tournament, but we need to return Dorhan's letter and his
Yes.
sword to his wife.
Correct. Yes, Dorhan's letter. You're right. Oh, thank God, Jack. You're the glue that keeps us together.
I'm sure.
Me too. Anyways, are you going to be eating soon? How long have you been waiting?
Just a few minutes, honestly. I kind of just sat down, and then you tumbled down the stairs.
Okay. Well, have you seen anyone else? Have you seen Mastos?
No, I'm not really going to be looking out for him. I don't know if he's like with us or just following us at this point.
Well, that was actually something I wanted to talk to you about. I think maybe we invite him in.
I'll be honest, I don't know how efficient he is. I will say, on your behalf, you've done pretty well when it comes to combat. We lost a big part of our combat power when Felix left, but for some reason, when I first met Darius, he was about as useless as anything or nothing. I mean, but recently, oh my goodness, he's turned the tides of fights around somehow. So I really can't say much for Mastos. Didn't he fall on the ground as a giant snake the other day? That's the only thing I've ever seen.
Well, I don't know. It's been like a full almost 2 days and I haven't died. So I feel like he's done pretty good there. Maybe that's how you become an atlet. By not killing me.
Are you hung up about that?
I wouldn't say hung up. It was a very traumatic part of my existence, considering I died. So, yeah, maybe I have a little bit of lingering feelings about...
Resentment?
I don't know if I'm capable of resenting anyone, but I definitely am aware of my friends letting me die.
Do you blame me for it?
Oh, mostly yes.
Hmm.
Yes, mostly. Systematically, if you look at the situation, you were 85% of the reason I died.
Just as you say that, you hear the shuffling behind you. All right, I got your food here. Here you go. I mean, enjoy it. He puts down. You see the little Bert coming along, putting down this tray. It's got a mug there with some sort of steaming drink and some oval-shaped, soft bread. You can see the steam almost still rising off it. I hope you enjoy. Here you go. Here you go.
Thanks.
Your food is here. Thanks, Bert.
Welcome, sir.
I'll flip him a gold.
Oh, bless you, sir. Bless you. Oh, I gotta go, Dagmar. Oh, okay, settle down. Go to the side.
Thanks, Bert. You have a wonderful day.
Oh, no, sir. Shuffles off.
I'm still carrying that pouch on my hip, and any of this gold I'm taking is not from that pouch.
Right. Got it.
So I'm making a note.
And just as you're kind of seeing Bert shuffle off, Mastos, you now come down to the bottom of the stairs. You see Dagmar behind the bar. You see your acquaintances apparently sitting at the table across from you, and a few patrons scattered throughout.
Yeah, right. Acquaintances. Ouch. Yeah, to be fair, I did fall off the building. Okay, yeah, I totally did. Okay, but one, I was a giant snake, and that's cool as fuck. And two, see, yeah, right. I don't even need a number two. Who does number two work for? So I would like to join my friends for breakfast. I see hot food around. I see drinks coming in and out. I would like. I guess I don't know.
Do I see Mastos coming?
Yeah.
Yeah, you do.
I'm just gonna wave him over.
Boom. Atlas waving right there. Friend. Gonna hop on over to him. My little deer tail just.
Okay. And you've got your owl on your shoulder.
Yep.
Okay, just hopping along. You guys see this. Describe your owl as you approach the table.
So I have a typical barn owl, but he looks like he's got a few twigs and stuff caught in his feathers, just like as he's going through branches. Maybe he doesn't fly all the too often. Maybe sometimes walks and just goes. He's just a dirty bird. But he very much resembles how my hair looks like. It's beautiful. It's maybe not feathery, but beautiful. But still dirty with twigs and things. I don't know.
Luscious fur, but he looks like he just crawled through a bush.
Yeah. Head first, and then back again, and then got lost.
So as you're heading over to the table, you actually hear Dagmar kind of like, Mr. Mastos, some breakfast for you, yes?
Yes, thank you.
Very well.
What is for breakfast out here? Mastos wonders. And he goes to sit down.
Okay.
Atlas, good morning. Jack, good morning.
Oh, good morning, Mastos. How was your sleep?
Scary, but
Ooh.
comfortable.
Do you always have filthy animals around you?
Filthy animals. And I look over the other way, and the Mustos looks over that way too at the same time, just looking for dirty animals. And I'm like, no.
While this
You
awkward
mean-
interaction is happening, Darius, what are you doing while Atlas left the room?
No, I was basically, I took a quick
Getting,
shower, cleaned myself up. Yeah, just cleaning myself up, and I by this point I should be heading downstairs. So
Okay, perfect. Yeah, so as you guys are kind of staring at each other, nobody's saying anything. Darius, you hit the floor. You see, you see Dagmar. You see kind of the group sitting at the table. Looks to be in silence at the moment.
why are you all just sitting there so awkwardly?
The
We're
owl
cooler
has-
than that. Be cool.
Okay.
The owl looks at you, and then I look at you.
Oh, well, Mastos, did you want any food or, breakfast?
Oh, yes. Yes. Meat. I am so hungry. We're so hungry. Do you eat? I ask Mustos. More for me.
Can I call over Bert, I guess?
Sure.
Hey, Bert.
As you
Hey,
just perk
Bert.
up immediately, starts shuffling over. What can I get? Yeah, what's up?
Oh, come on here, Bert.
Help me.
My friend here, Mastos, would like to order some breakfast.
All right, thanks for saying. Just breakfast comes to the room.
What
What
is
do you
the
want,
breakfast?
Oh,
Darius.
the baked bread right there. This person's eating that. The bread thing there with the steam and the pie is really delicious.
What?
I'm down.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you want some meat or something?
Yes.
Well,
Take.
You have eggs?
I think that's extra now, guys. Back tag my. I'll be right back, right? And he starts shuffling off towards the bar.
What language was he speaking?
Comment?
Yeah,
We're
With
talking
common?
to Dagmar.
I
said-
understood extra,
He said bread, toast, bread.
but what did he say when I asked about the eggs?
Oh, extra. Cost extra. Dagmar will ask. He will ask.
How did you understand him?
He spoke common.
Mastos is very fluent in common.
I don't know about very. fluent.
Mastos has said he is good at common.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Mastos is agreeing.
Well, Darius, you look very good this morning. You took a little longer than 15 minutes, but that is okay. What is our plan for the morning? Should we go see Carmen first?
I think that's the easiest thing since I don't know what else. What else do we need to do? Hold on. Let me consult my. And I pull out a little flip pad.
As they're talking and Darius has been sat down for about a minute, Jack's gonna just finish his food and get up and walk out.
What? Okay. Bye. Don't die.
I'll just be outside, and he'll make his way out.
All right.
Don't die.
Just outside.
Remember, that's a thing.
Yeah, as you stand up, Bert comes shuffling back over to you. Oh, he says that's okay. So Carmen can see big enough for the room. So he's just going to take care of it. We'll bring it out as soon as it's ready. Thank you, sir. And he scuffles back to the corner.
Thank you.
I just stare blankly at Mastos.
Oh,
So pleasant.
He'll bring it out. It's covered by the room anyways. He'll bring out when ready.
All right. Sweet. So, Jack is gone, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Did we solve all the crime? I thought we were gonna help them with that.
We haven't solved anything. Mastos
Nothing.
couldn't get anyone to steal from him last night.
I'm gonna jump on this side of the table. Right. So, I spoke with Darian yesterday, and he mentioned that a giant purple sphere came over the city, and then all this crime started happening.
That seems bad.
Yeah, and so he was friends with what's his name? What's Amric? The other bounty hunter, the dwarf that is dead.
Also bad.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Well, I mean, are we done here then? Like, I thought we were gonna help them figure this stuff out.
Carmen may know more.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the plan then. We're gonna go see Carmen, and we're gonna keep. You're not answering my questions, guys.
Well,
Mastos looks at Mustos. We answering him, right?
Oh.
Mastos, can you go outside and check on Jack for a moment?
We'll come and get you when the food gets here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mastos was on the verge of protest. And then all of a sudden, oh, okay, yeah.
And by come and get you, I mean I'm gonna send you a message. You'll hear my voice in your head. I like yell it to you as you're
away.
leaving.
Yeah.
He hasn't even got up yet.
So I walk outside to see Jack out there.
Okay. Yeah, Jack, as you exit the building, there's not a ton going on just yet. As you go out, there's a couple of people kind of just starting their day, kind of milling around, but just not really much going on. You know, lean up against the entrance, the outside of the wall there, just kind of glancing up to see the big dragon head above you, just thinking about, you know, the interaction that you had when you were focusing on those bones. And then you hear Mastos come up behind you.
Jack!
Yes, Mastos.
We're gonna eat.
Yes, you are.
Carmen may know more about purple lights. This all started from purple lights over the city. That's what Darius said. So eat, and then
purple
Carmen's-
lights. Important.
Well, purple lights, and then the murders and the bad stuff started happening. So that's Carmen?
Well, we plan on
Carmen
meeting
might know
Carmen this
more.
morning. Atlas and I already talked about it.
And we have to see her anyway. There's
Did they
still
leave and
people
just
who
show
need
them
us
exit?
here.
What?
Oh,
It, like,
Jack.
Corey and Tim disappeared for a second.
Oh no,
Oh.
that was you, not them.
You're good.
Okay. All right. What was the last thing you heard? I apologize.
No, I was waiting for his reply, but he dropped.
Oh, okay. Well, Atlas and I already spoke about it this morning. We're gonna go see Carmen. So when you guys are done, we're gonna make
Where'd
our
he
way
go?
there.
Oh, you don't hear him? What?
You don't hear Luke?
No.
Luke,
What?
are Tim and Corey still gone for you?
No, I see them both.
No,
Can you
just
hear them?
Luke's gone for me.
That's weird.
Okay, Tim, leave and come back.
Okay, bye.
Oh, thank
Corey, you can
God.
see and hear Luke, right?
Yes, unfortunately, yes.
Bruh.
Bruh.
Good old Jack. Actually, this would be a good time if we want to go ahead and take our break, just so we can reconnect.
Okay.
All right,
Okay.
we'll be back in 7 minutes.
Yeah.
He's gonna come back and we're all gonna be gone.
Yeah. It was weird.
All right, guys,
Right,
welcome
Tim,
back
Tim,
after
Luke,
the
you
break.
guys can hear each other.
Yeah, you guys can hear each other, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Luke, you can hear Tim. Okay.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah. So as we left off, everybody at the Dragon Flagon. Jack was waiting outside, apparently not wanting to be part of the conversations inside. Mastos approaching, explaining how about they were going to go and talk to Carmen soon about purple lights and murders. Now you guys can hear each other. You can continue the conversation.
So we go to Carmen, but you don't want to stay and help? There's more people that need our help. And I almost think of Harper while saying that.
Whatever quest she gave us to do, I plan on completing it. And then I've got things that I need to get done.
Jack or Mastos understand Jack.
I know I come across rigid and not really approachable, but you aren't in the same scenario as me, and I don't want to just be dismissive, but just know that my whole purpose here is for this tournament to go to Centaurium, to participate in it, and win this for my island, because they're going to take care of my island. Supplies, technology, all these things. I was one of the few that was sent. I'm one of the few that's capable. So I'm not going to wander by thinking this is just a vacation like the people that were dumped here because they're misfits or letdowns or whatever they are, exiled. I'm here for a reason. And I can't stop every 3 seconds because you guys see something shiny. And Jax just kind of cross his arms and start looking around.
Well, I know that we can seem distracted, but Mastos hasn't been around this place for a long time, apparently. But for me, everything was different. Only a day ago or so. You want to go to tournament? Centaurium tournament? How long has that been going on? Is that something that I would know about? Hearing
So,
about?
You only knew about this ship that would come every year. You didn't really know what it was for. You didn't involve yourself with it, so you didn't know why it was there. It just, it would come every year.
Tournament provides for winner, then we need to win it. Do they start when we come, or have they started already?
I've heard a mix of things. Dorahan said it was going on forever, or it's always happening, and then the guards here in the town said it hasn't happened in years, and I don't know what's accurate and what's not at this point.
Maybe we need more information from here. This is place of many people. People know things.
Well,
you can get answers.
Instead of looking for answers, we can get there.
How far away?
Apparently far.
You not know where we going?
Thoric said he knew a general direction, and that's where I'd head.
Have you followed Thorak the whole time?
No, we followed Dorhan. And then Dorhan followed Felix. And Felix
You've already lost Mastos. Mastos is like,
Felix just did whatever he wanted.
and led you here, not knowing if tournament is even happening. I can see why you're troubled. You should drink more. Let's go. And I kind of entice you into sit with us.
I prefer to be of sober mind.
Oh, really? One drink? You drunk?
I think your food's waiting for you, Mastos.
Can I smell it?
And then Jack's gonna just kind of go up and down the road.
Yeah. So as you guys are having this conversation, Atlas and Darius, what are you guys doing?
I am just waiting for food. I am, though, Atlas. So I know Jack, at some point, I don't know when he wants to go, but I know he wants to go to Centaurium for the tournament, but I don't know if he should go.
But why? I thought that was where we're all gonna. Is that not the plan?
Well, so remember they said that your energy, and I'm saying this quietly, by the way, like I'm trying so other people don't hear it, but like, remember how Surex said that your energy, it can't be, the rest of the world can't get their hands on it.
Mm-hmm.
And that she thinks that one of those spheres is inside of that tower. Well, if we go there and and Jack wins the tournament, that's him unlocking more floors of the tower for them.
Right. But he also unlocks the help for his island. I don't think we can.
Yeah, but we don't know that that's even going to happen. What if he dies before he gets to the end of the? What if he dies before getting to the sphere?
Well, then he won't win the tournament.
And then his island won't get help, and he'll be dead. Or he helps them; they get their hands on an extremely powerful relic. And I'm really starting to question whether Centaurium is actually the good guys here.
Well, that was kind of what Jasper was alluding to with the formation of the Katagar Invigar, or Katagar Invigar, whatever the...
Yeah, this is something CI. I know what you mean.
Yeah. It's a tough name, that one.
I believe it was Katurva
Katurva,
Invigar.
that's right, yeah. Katurva Invigar. Katurva My language programming just will not allow me to say that word.
Yeah, well, it happens to the best of us.
We'll just call it the CI.
Yep. It's probably better, too, because, I mean, if it's some secret underground organization, we probably don't want to be just dropping their name in front of people.
Don't worry. I will never be able to do that. So. Alright, well, I wanted to actually ask you about Mastos. I mean, I feel like he's part of the group now. Maybe we can... I know Jack didn't seem very welcoming to it, but, I mean, Jack really...
Jack's not welcoming to anything, so...
Yeah. So I just want to know if you thought maybe we could extend the olive branch to a stiff Atlan?
Yeah, sure. I mean, you kind of offered it to Thoric, and he wasn't even in the group, so...
Right. Okay, so... Did he... Maybe a sixth Atlan then?
Well, I don't think Thoric took it. I think he actually said he didn't want to be part of the group. So it is still a fifth. I just mean Mastos has been more of a group member with us than Thoric was. Not to say that Thoric hasn't been helpful, but Mastos has definitely done more with us than Thoric, especially point that you offered him membership.
True, agreed, right. We jumped the gun a little bit on that one, but, you know.
But no,
It
I
was
get it. I
exciting.
mean, we didn't know anything about this fox that turned into a person. So, well, not even a person, a demon-looking thing. Not to be cruel, but I mean, he has goat legs and horns. It does look a little demonic.
I have a sweet, cute deer tail as well. Like,
So does Satan.
It's quite puffy. Okay, well, I think maybe we ask him to be an lad with us.
I'm just going, again, err on the side of caution. Not about him joining the group, but he's going to get very excited when you ask him.
Okay.
So just prepare yourself.
Oh, there you go. Here's your food. You see a bird
Oh,
put a
perfect. Thank
tray
you.
with
And I cast
eggs
message.
and a slice
does your
of
food's here.
ham on there and 3 steaming hot beverages. Enjoy your eggs. Enjoy it. And he just scuttles off. Master, you smell the meat.
oh man. Bye. And I am gone from outside and hopping excitedly. Ooh, you know what? Just for the fun of it, I would like to jump from the door to. Oh, is this the door down here, right here?
Yes.
Okay, well, before
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah, as you
That's
turn,
perfect. Where
you can
Mastos
smell the
comes
meat. You
in.
turn, you guys are ending up your conversation.
Yeah.
okay, well, maybe we hold off on letting him know.
Well, I mean, no, I mean, we can tell him. I just.
No, I think I have an idea. Well, let's hold off for a minute.
Okay. I
Well,
will follow your lead on this one.
Here I come. Jump.
Okay.
Point in case, I say to Atlas.
Noted.
And I
Why
land.
not?
Boom, just knock
You're
the dart
elegantly.
over as he lands in the middle.
Ooh,
All right, well,
nom, 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 nom.
you guys enjoy your food. I'm just gonna pop outside.
Immediately start eating.
Okay. And I will begin eating my eggs, and I smell the hot beverage. What does it smell like?
Smells like some sort of tea.
Okay, I will take a sip.
I don't even smell it. I just drink. Excessively anime style.
Okay, you feel this burning hot fluid rushing down your throat as you're washing down the piece of
feels so
pork
good.
steak that you're eating. Atlas, you head outside. You see Jack just kind of slowly starting to walk off down the road, just about 10 feet away from the front of the inn.
Oh, Jack, where are you going?
Just checking up and down the streets before we take off.
Okay, all right. Well, they're just eating in there, and we're gonna head to see Carmen next, right?
Yes.
Okay, and then from there, what do you want to do?
Well, depending on what conversation goes with Carmen, then maybe touch more on what we need to do for this missing scroll, and then once that's solved, probably get out of town before we have to deal with this other Drake Warden.
So you want to run from it?
And Jack kind of like his eyebrows go low. I'm not running from it. I have other things to do.
Okay. Just to be clear, this tournament that you're trying to get to doesn't seem like it's really what it's been explained to us about. Seems to be something going on. I think we need to be cautious about what we're running from and what we're running to.
Well, remember that this isn't a tournament that I'm just in. We are all a part of it.
Agreed. But do we really know truly what the tournament is for? We know our part and what's been told to us, but I think clearly already things have been more than what we've been told.
I don't disagree with you.
I just ask you that you might need to keep an open mind on how we proceed forward, that things have changed and it might not be as black and white as we all thought it was.
Well, black or white, gray, I don't care. If there's something I can do to better my island, I need to do that. And I can't just take my time.
Of course. I just want to make sure we're doing things cautiously because we don't want to be doing things that will end up actually hurting our islands. I don't think things are the way they seem, so as long as we're not running headfirst into things.
So you would agree that leaving the problem that potentially leads us to being jailed or killed would probably be a wise idea.
Yeah, I'm okay with leaving the city. I think we need to make sure we're doing our due diligence before we run off to complete the tournament.
Which would be what?
Well, maybe finding out more about who created the tournament and how it functions and what truly happens when the tournament is completed. And we've already found out more about these levels of towers unlocking and mysterious powers, and I just think that if we're going to focus on the tournament, we need to focus on everything about it too.
Was Jack there when they talked about the tower and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were. It was all with Cleric when
Everybody
we were
was there,
inside
yeah.
the.
Okay. I was just double checking. Okay. Well, this is the way I see things. We obviously know that Jasper and whoever he works for isn't interested in Centaurium. The Dawnbreakers are out to help people in place of Centaurium because they're not doing their due diligence. So what I can gather from those two things is Centaurium isn't doing a good job. But Centaurium's also the one with the power and the ability to build mansions for other people that have participated in this tournament. So whatever they want about a tower or unlocking a door is the least of my concern. But accomplishing the mission so I can better my island is my concern. So I will take caution, but I'm not going to take up too much time. I would like us to not dilly-dally and get distracted when Bastos smells a rat in the slums and has to run to it.
Agreed. I'm okay with bringing in the reins a little bit, but I think that's where we kind of need to agree on someone to lead forward. And I was hoping that was going to be you, but you're slowly disassociating yourself from the group, and it's something we need to come together so that we work in unison, so we can achieve all of our goals. Do you think you can do this alone? Truly?
After dealing with Lord Vamorian, probably not.
So then you need us. You need Arius and even Mastos and Felix whenever we can get back to him. Like, we all want to help you, but we also want your help too. Like a team.
I understand what you're saying, but the funny part is when that all gets put out there and they say, yes, we're gonna go help you and complete this tournament, and then the first inconvenience thing throws us out for a day, 2 days. I don't know how long we're going to be stuck here, and now we know in 2 weeks' time I'm going to be dead and you guys are going to be locked up. So why are we entertaining the thought of taking too much time when we could get a map, point out where Centaurium is, and trek that our way there?
We can, of course. We've only been here just a little over a day. Like, you're acting like we've spent weeks here.
I'm not. It's not that I don't think it's been weeks. It's every time we decide this. As soon as we found out Dorhan's been dead for a week, and we decide we're going to go to Centaurium, Darius has to go figure something out. And we go and we find Mastos, and now we are back on track, and we're taking Thoric back to his home, and we're going to get out of here. And now we're in another city, and now we've spent the night in that city, and now we find out that I die in this city. So I am just ready to leave. I'm not trying to disassociate myself with this group. I want there to be more what?
Cohesion?
I guess that's important. But I mean more willingness to move forward.
And I think there is that, but we're all moving forward in different directions because there's no one to point us in the same direction. And that's what I'm telling you, Jack. I think that needs to be you. But you need to open up to the idea of listening to others and not forcefully pushing them, but guiding them in the direction that you know we all need to go.
Do you really think that is a position for me, or do you... I don't know. Do you really even see me in a position of that? Someone of my demeanor? I mean, half the time I say anything, Darius cuts me off. Anytime I try to do something, I get stopped. Am I really the one that's going to be leading?
Well, I think watching you and Reen and how you interact when you know you have obedience from your pet, even though there's obedience, but there's an understanding you have with her that she's not just something that you point and tell to go. You understand her and you understand her needs and you work together as a team. Seeing you lead her is the reason why I think you can lead us. But you need to form that same connection. And I feel you don't open yourself up to that. But I see you do it with Reen all the time. What's the difference?
I guess I don't know. Reen has her own personality, but she just casually listened to me when I first met her. And then from there, that's when the friendship grew.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to pet Mastos.
Like, pet me or a pet?
Shh, you're not there.
I was going to say, we're not there. We're eating right now.
And
I think the issue, I think you opened yourself up to Reen. And I think if you do that more with us, and that bond forms, I think that's the leader we need.
why would you pick somebody who you blame for your death?
Because anyone could have run away from that, and you stayed. And
I pursued the issue. That's when that came, that my thought was get it away from you guys.
when I say I blame you for my death, I mean that in a very binary sense. But I understand there's levels to it. I don't believe you did it intentionally. Blame is not maybe the word I would use. You are the cause, or at least played into the role of it through your actions, but your actions weren't taken to intentionally conclude my death. that you've stood by my side ever since, and you were also played a role in my return, so... I just know there's more to you, Jack, and I can see that in your actions. And I think you are young and somewhat stubborn, but everyone grows with time, and I think when that time comes, you'll be more than comfortable being a leader, because I think that's what you are right now, and you just need to have the confidence in yourself. But it takes steps, and those steps start with allowing those guards to come down, and being confident that you have abilities that you might not think you have. You're not alone. You haven't been alone. You've had Reen, and there's a bond you formed. No one says there only needs to be one.
I guess if
No matter what, we will always be stronger as a group and a unit.
I guess if I had to redo it and train her again, I'm sure I could.
Of
So
course.
I guess I don't need to look at it as training of you guys, but I guess
No,
acting the way, I guess, how we plan things, how we know when one does one thing, what the other needs to do, where we have communicated so much that we don't really need to communicate as much now because we
Right.
know what we're thinking.
exactly, and things won't be perfect. Things happen with time, of course, but it'll never happen if we don't start, and I think we're a powerful weapon as a group. It just needs to be pointed by someone, and I think that someone could be you. And I could be wrong, but I'm usually not.
Jack's gonna kind of like lean back and take in a big breath. Let's
Maybe
go
we
back
start.
inside.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Let's go sit down and discuss what we're doing for the day.
Sounds good. I'll follow your lead.
And then Jack will hold the door open for Atlas and point into him.
Motherfucker.
So yeah, as you guys start walking in, you just see Darius and Mastos chowing down on their food. Looks like most of the food is pretty much gone from the plate as you guys reach the table.
Damn it! I've taken my eggs and put them on the bread and just like in my mouth. It's just like sticking out of my mouth, and I'm like,
See, I've done the opposite. I've taken my face to the plate.
True dog style.
Yeah.
Yeah, as you're doing this, you see that Mustos is using his beak to try and like keep your hair out of dangling into the plate. You just see his little beak just like trying to pull the hair back.
He's a very good helper.
Yeah, so you
As I
guys
come
approach
up
the
with
table.
hair in my mouth. I continue eating. Waiting for.
I'll sit down. Do we sit down?
Yeah, we sit down. We sit down.
Okay. Have your token.
How was the food, everybody?
I'm gonna swallow before eating.
swallow before eating. How do you do that? That's impressive.
By swallowing and then eating and then swallowing again.
But then you need to eat first. You cannot swallow before you eat.
I can swallow air and burp, so there. That's how I do it. Delicious. And I continue eating.
So I rip a piece, like I rip it from my mouth. I'm like, it's actually so good. Jack, you gotta try this, man.
Excuse me.
Jack will just kind of wave his hand down. I've already eaten. Go ahead and enjoy it.
I have enjoyed a lot of it. They brought a lot out. But whatever.
All right, well, while you guys finish eating, I think we need to discuss our plan for the day and maybe as a whole what we're aiming to accomplish so that we can somewhat get a sense of...
Did you talk to him about what I talked to you about?
No.
Okay. So, Jack, I know you want to go and save your island and stuff, but
Sort of, sorry.
what?
I did sort of touch on it. I forgot what you were talking. Go ahead. You can talk to me.
Okay, we don't know what Centaurium wants to do with what's inside that tower, and I get that you want to save your island, but what good is saving your island if Centaurium takes over or destroys the entire planet?
Centaurium's
Great
been doing this
question.
long enough. I doubt.
Yeah, because they haven't unlocked that orb. They're trying to get that sphere that's in the tower. It made him. I say that quietly, by the way.
It made who?
I pointed at Atlas.
Me.
One of those grounding spheres is what created him. You really want that kind of power in someone who thinks that they can rule over a nation's hands?
I turn to Jack and I go,
Ooh.
And I forget it, but I know Jack is going to say, why would somebody want to be turned into an automated
Automaton.
well, what's the whole spiel he says about safety and something?
Automated technician for life-saving assistance and service.
Yeah, he goes, why would somebody want to be made like that? Like, Atlas is cool.
But no, you misunderstand. Atlas wasn't... His creator and Cleric, and there were other people, I think Jonas too, found a grounding sphere and they were trying to tap into its power. They cracked the seal on it and the power started leaking out. They sealed it inside him to keep it from just dissipating. Centaurium, this is where we don't know what they want that sphere for. And if they want it for something nefarious, power corrupts anyone. And in the wrong you don't have you are your power. You don't have the power. And we don't know what they want to do with it. And I am not saying you should let your island burn by any means. I'm just saying we need to be smart about this and consider every possible angle.
So, if that's your thoughts on it, then what do you suggest? Because it still sounds like at the end of the day we need to get to Centaurium, because be it they're just going to go out and find more players to put into this.
Yes, I know. And I think that ultimately we need to figure out how to get to these spheres. Now,
that are
Atlas,
in Centaurium in the tower.
Not all of them. Only one of them is. Atlas, do you still have that map that had the dots on it after I activated the... I'll call them singing spheres for now.
Of course. I have everything.
So let's just say he projects the map on the table. Can you show us?
What map was it?
It was the map of the world that had the dots.
Dots on it.
So, if you're referring to kind of like the images that were displayed while the ritual was happening, is that what you mean? Have you seen dots died up?
I just remember there were 5 dots, and he was able to replicate it afterwards.
Yeah, I just don't know if I have that in my actual.
So
it's fine.
Yeah, he has the map of the map of basically Centaurium after the cataclysm.
Does he have the dots though? Because that's kind of key to what I'm trying to say.
There was no dots. The dots was whenever you were watching this kind of whole like video play out as an illusion above him, where you seen these 5 dots, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 light up, and then lines come in the center and shoot up to the sky. And then
but didn't he afterwards? Didn't you tell me, didn't you point on the map where didn't you tell me about those dots and ask me
I thought we he saved it somehow within himself. Regardless, it doesn't matter. We don't need exact, but
I think what you're referring to is maybe the map before the cataclysm. There's no map with 5 dots on it.
I have.
Well, not necessarily 5. I just know there was a map with dots. I had it in my notes.
There was a map with dots that Felix gave you guys with mines marked on it. 5 different. I think it's 5
No, it was during
mines.
the ritual.
Yeah, because the only maps that came from the ritual really were the main map of the mainland before and after the cataclysm.
Okay. Well, either way, you remember when that giant map showed up when I did that ritual with the singing spheres, and we saw there were like dots around the world? What if those are the grounding spheres?
Yeah. The only thing is, this is always based on a bunch of what ifs. We could be completely wrong about this.
Absolutely.
I don't disagree with you. However, in me personally, and you can disagree with me if you'd like, if I was flying down a street and there were two roads, and one of them was, what if you fly off a cliff and die, or what if you live? I'm going to take the safer option. And right now,
But if you're flying, why would you wouldn't hit the ground?
Okay, I meant like going really fast. I didn't mean actually flying. The point is that we know these grounding spheres are coveted. Cleric said that they're dangerous. We know that. That is fact. Why would a military power want that kind of power? Because they want more power. And what would they do with that? Likely expand their empire. And we don't know if that's good or bad. Honestly, me personally, the more I'm hearing about them, the less good these guys are starting to sound.
Darius has a point, Jack.
Let me play it from this side. Okay. Let's say we have a military power or just a strong kingdom that is highly advanced, one of the few people that can sail across these waters. I literally watched half of, or not even half, but a large portion of our island and our technology get drugged to the bottom of the ocean because we couldn't make it across there. And then you have these guys that show up on a ship every year to pick people up that have enough forces to just send a few people out with you when they take you to and fro to Centaurium to be part of this tournament. And they have enough funds to take care of all the islands. And if you win, they'll build you a mansion wherever you want, and you'll be worldwide famous. Why wouldn't you want them to expand and give you the stuff that they already have?
Well, I haven't seen that happen, have you?
I haven't won before.
I don't mean for me, I mean on my island.
But maybe they don't have the resources to do that yet. But with this power, maybe they'll allow it.
So again, I don't think that giving someone this kind of power is worth the risk.
But we don't know their intentions. If it was something like Lord Vamoria, I would understand because he was twisted.
Yeah, but guess what? His intentions started out pure as well. He wanted to save his kid.
But I understand that, but we were dealing with the end result. We don't know what they are.
But
right, sorry to interrupt you two, but
hold on. But what changed him?
Blood weaving.
The power of blood weaving.
Well, apparently blood weaving in general makes you crazy. I don't know if Atlas makes you crazy. Well, actually, he does make you crazy, so maybe he is. You know what? Let's go stop them.
I still, again, that's, you want to go fight in the tournament. I'm not saying we don't, but I think we need to go figure out more about these spheres, and Cleric has that information.
So now I don't understand all of this yet, but is there even a tournament, or is it us just going to this tower?
Well, I think we can show up our keys, and I open my shirt. It's still glowing, right?
Yep. So it looks like the first day I was put in your chest.
They're still active, and then the shirt closes up. So we could show up and be like, hey, our ship got wrecked. We're here now, and they'll let us go in the tournament. I honestly think they're just throwing people at a fortress to die, and the people who actually proceed get them further to their goal. They don't give a shit about us or our islands.
I think what we need to do is, well, first off, let me say, great conversation. Both of you have made very, very good points. And I think the end goal is the same here. We both need to figure out what is best for our islands, and the tournament is
I'm not worried about my island.
what we need to focus on. Now, we do need to know more about it, and I think maybe we could start by trying to find someone who has possibly competed in it. And if there's someone that has survived it, that might be a good sign that it's something that maybe we can do and accomplish. Do we agree that we need to know more about the tournament before we compete in it?
Yes. In fact, I'll give you this, Jack. I think that we need to make sure that the fate of those spheres, we need to make sure that they're safe. And if that means we have to compete and take that tower down floor by floor, then we do it. But we need to be prepared, as Atlas said. We need to know what we're getting into.
So we gather information, and as we get that information, it sounds like in the end, we're going to progress our way there anyway. Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think all the answers lie in Satorium. Or
I don't
maybe
know
we
about
go
all,
to the... Well,
but
in
we
regards
will
to the tournament.
we will definitely gain some more knowledge by going there.
Maybe we stop announcing that we're tournament participants until we're ready to actually participate.
I'm good with
Isn't
that.
it kind of on our face, though?
Well,
Mhm.
Mastos doesn't have to lie. Mastos not participant.
Oh, yeah, that's a fair point. How do we get him in?
He can wait outside.
Or he could be my pet mouse.
Oh, yeah, I guess we could just put him inside you.
Mm-hmm. He could be a gerbil.
Mastos can be a lot of things. So can Mustos.
Okay.
All right.
So,
Jinx!
What do you think, Jack? What's the first order that we should accomplish here?
If this had nothing to do, if this journey had nothing to do with the tournament and the bettering of my island, I would be using this time to find myself and who I am and what I'm about. If I'm going to be stuck where I'm at, slowly progressing my way to that goal, then it's time I take this time to figure that out.
Okay.
So let's finish this quest here. And then Jack's going to look Darius like dead in the eyes. I will do my best to work with you. And then Jack will go back to looking at Atlas.
And
My head just like slow turns to Darius.
I'm looking at him. I'm like, what the fuck does that mean?
If this is the cards we were dealt, then I will play.
Now you're getting it.
So let's go talk to Carmen. Let's go figure out more about Centaurium.
Oh, Jack, one more thing. Remember when we tried to bring Atlas back and the tear came and the purple orbs shot out?
Yeah, I remember that.
One of those orbs came over the city, and that's when all the crazy shit started happening here.
So we're thinking maybe these orbs that were strong enough to bring just a portion of it to bring Atlas to life, perhaps has a presence, an ominous presence that would give off evil vibes to the people around him to cause evil things to happen.
Potentially. Maybe that's just more of the power of those grounding spheres.
how did it come over? Like, you said like a tear in reality opened up, right?
Yeah, so remember last night when you were talking about different planes of existence?
Mhm.
It's almost like it was a tear to another plane of existence.
And they came in, the spheres came into the room where I was dead.
They came out of the tear.
Right. But that tear was in a room, right? How
Yep.
did they go over this city? That's what I don't understand.
So the purple spheres went up and out of wherever we were, and then the yellow sphere went straight down into the earth, and that's where the golem came out.
So those purple spheres are loose somewhere.
Yep.
Oh. And
So basically, if Atlas was still dead, that probably wouldn't have happened.
Well, I think if I didn't perform the ritual, it wouldn't have happened. But Atlas then potentially would have stayed dead.
But we think it was reacting that way because he was made of the orb.
Yeah, well, I mean, the energy in our crystals, the energy that came out of the singing spheres initially, it all matched the energy that Atlas seems to have.
So
Okay.
those singing spheres summoned 5 purple orbs
Yes,
and 1 golden orb.
yes.
And the golden orb turned into a golem.
Yeah, it went into the earth and then turned into a golem.
So what do purple orbs turn into?
I don't know. Because all I heard was it went over the city.
Mm-hmm.
And then after, I should probably talk to Darian to confirm exactly if it just flew away or if it dissipated. Because if it dissipated, maybe its energy was drained into specific citizens in the city.
Mm-hmm. I'm wondering if purple is bad and gold is good. Because that golem seemed to be good.
Maybe it has a purple
You see a
golem.
patron like the other table, kind of like, oh.
Don't worry,
But-
it's friendly. And I make it disappear.
So my point remains.
But I don't think. I mean, okay. All cards on the table. Do you think he's evil? And I point at Mastos.
We don't really know.
Yeah, but I mean, do you get? I don't get any negative vibe
Yeah,
off him.
but
at
if he
all.
was evil, what would he do? He does nothing.
Mastos does a lot, and Mastos not evil.
Okay,
Mastos?
Jack, you really need to. You're like, just, man. Why are you being such a dick?
Well, I'm talking about combat-wise. That's how I base everybody off of your ability to defend yourself or to fight.
And you called me useless. What do you think of me now?
I haven't seen you do much in combat, but miss.
Miss.
This is Darius, actually.
Okay, hold on. We're getting off track here. We've all had some pretty bad
This is my
combat.
point. Just because maybe he's not fully trained and he's got to get into his way, just like I did.
You also
I
was
have
asleep
normally-
for a long time.
Yeah,
So let's
I
give him
was
a
used to
pass.
talking myself out of situations. Now I can actually fight.
And yes, I'll acknowledge that.
So just chill, man. Stop being a jerk.
I wasn't being mean. I was just saying truthfully.
You more or less called him useless, which is mean.
In a fight.
Okay, but you didn't add that on.
Sorry, I guess I need to be more specific. If I need him
Okay.
to find something shiny, I'll first guy I ask. Promise.
Anyways, he doesn't seem evil. He actually seems really gentle and innocent. No?
Yes.
I'm not answering that.
Okay.
Well,
Why?
that's true.
I mean, you called him useless in a fight. That kind of backs up what I'm saying.
Jack thinks
Anyways.
it's a weird question.
The patron, and I summon my thing again, but I actually it's like the tiniest dagger.
Okay.
I'm like, watch this, and I set it down on the table.
You just watch it dissipate into this smoke and just slowly move over, drifts down to the floor below Mastos, and then just dissipates.
So the patron that gave me this power is linked to him somehow.
Well,
Very evil looking dude?
What,
Or
was he
sounding
evil?
dude?
I don't know. I didn't hear. Did what?
He was,
was it that shadow or specter version of yourself? Is that what gave you your power?
Oh, you mean the thing after? No, that actually no. I can summon that once a day, more or less.
no, I'm
that's a
talking
different
about Demantrum.
Yes.
Yeah, he didn't seem very nice. I wouldn't peg him as a gold standard for a hero.
Well, no,
What's the Demantrum?
I don't know.
He felt safe.
So Demantrum's a person.
Well, I think he's a A deity of
Possibly.
some sort.
Okay, we're getting a little off track here, but to bring this back around,
Yeah, sorry.
it's okay. So here's the notes of the conversation. We're gonna head to Satorium at some point. We are gonna take our time, and we're gonna make sure we're investigating the rules and the terms of the tournament. We are ultimately going to try to accomplish the goal of helping our islands, or, and I look directly
At Darius.
or not helping, whatever each person's goal is. We're going to work together as a team. We're going to be a little bit more proper in how we address each other,
Looking directly at Jack.
and possibly
Jack,
not being
unfazed.
so forward on our feelings about other people's abilities in combat. And we're going to go talk to Carmen. Have I missed anything?
I think.
Okay, that sounds great.
Yep.
Jack, shall we, oh, Mastos, are you done eating? My apologies.
Is my plate clean?
You are
Yes.
currently licking your plate.
Yeah.
I assumed
Bruce.
he was licking it. That's why I was just
Yeah.
don't circle.
I am.
Jack's gonna stand up and he's gonna remove the teeth from his satchel, and he's gonna hold them over to Darius. Here, I looked at these last night.
Did you figure anything out?
Nope,
Helpful. Okay.
I'm not really good with the magics like you guys. Summoning Reen's about all I'm good at.
Again, have you seen her?
Reen?
Yes.
I can summon her whenever. I'm leaving her behind so we don't draw attention to ourselves.
All right, fair. I just like these are bigger than her teeth, right?
Yes, much bigger than her teeth.
Okay, cool.
All
Okay.
right.
Well,
Carmen.
let's go to Carmen's.
All right, I'm gonna attempt to cast message, and just like Carmen, it's Darius. Are you there? You can respond to this message.
Yeah, you give it a minute. Nothing, minute and a half. Still no reply.
I don't know if I can reach her, or she's not answering, or she's dead.
Okay, hold on.
Well, don't waste your power. We can start heading towards her, and I'll just continue to do it every time we go up a core. As we get closer to her location, logically, I should eventually get through to her.
Okay.
As
Hold on then.
am I gonna get up and go to the bartender?
How can I help you, Mr. Atlas?
Hey, just wondering if you've seen, oh wait, we're in the wrong bar. Never mind, have a great day.
And I'm gonna walk back to the table.
So sorry. What was that about? What?
We should probably get going then.
Yeah. Just like I was saying. Let's go.
Okay. They all look the same. There's like 8 bars in 4 hours.
We're bar hopping for real.
All right.
Is everybody
We'll head
leaving?
Yeah, I want to scan the room before we leave. Like, who's all in here? Anyone look shady?
Okay.
Anyone wearing a lot of gold?
Roll a perception.
It's us. We're the thieves.
Not
Sneaky
great.
Mastos. Stealing everybody's gold.
17.
17. Okay. Yeah, take a look around. Nobody's really jumping out. You do see the odd patron is there. Most of them are dressed a little bit more upscale. So you do see some kind of jewelry, some necklaces and that, but nothing that's really standing out of place.
Okay. No one wearing any gold or anything.
Nothing that's kind of over exuberant. There are
Overly,
some gold,
yeah.
some generic kind of costume jewelry kind of thing.
Okay. Is there any gold in this room at all? Like on anything?
There's some, and some decorations. There's some
okay.
paintings, frames. There's like gold inlay on the outsides of it. Over in the mantelpiece of the fire, there's some little ornaments there. Look like they might have some gold finishes on it.
Okay. All right.
I'm just gonna shout to the bartender, like, "Are we good? Bill's covered."
Everything's covered unless we're staying another evening, perhaps.
Are we staying here another night?
It's a bit steep, honestly.
Okay.
Oh, but you pay for
Nope.
quality, of course.
Oh, Jack was trying to be quiet, but I get it if you heard. That's fine.
I mean, the
We'll,
rooms are.
we'll let you know.
Yeah.
Of course, not a
if we're
problem. Just leave your keys on the table.
so that's you three.
Yeah, I tossed the key over the table.
Yeah, Jack plops his down.
You see Bert scurrying over. Oh, I like score keys! I want him! Shuffle.
I put mine down as well.
Yay, keys. Yeah.
All right.
Goodbye.
Bye!
All right, so I guess we'll start heading up to. So we're on core 5 right now, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. What is the?
Rusty mug.
Yeah, so that's on the main core, right?
That's core 1, yeah.
Core 1. Okay. And core. Have we been anywhere on core 2?
Core 2 is where everything happened with Harper.
Oh, that's on core 2.
Yeah,
Okay.
the sketchy area.
I can see you live updating it. It's like backspace disappears, pops in, disappears, pops in, disappears.
Okay. All right. So, and then core 3 is where Thoric is, and then that was where the
The coffee tavern. I forget what it was called.
Yeah, there was the coffee
was the
tavern,
drip?
and then there was the cathedral that you went to talk to Ladmus
Was it
Right.
the drip?
and Jasper. It was called Grounded.
Oh, grounded.
That's on core 3.
Yeah.
Okay. Shit. Okay, so that's Coffee Tavern, and then the cathedral was where I talked to the. They sent out the message. That's where I want to go.
Okay.
It's been a day, right? Probably not. But,
Not even a full 24 hours yet.
yeah. Okay. Yeah, it probably don't work that fast.
Well, he did say he was sending it by Raven, and when you asked how long it would take, it said it depends on when the person like replies, basically.
Right. Okay. Okay. All right. So we will just start making our way up to core 1.
All right. Anybody
To the
wanting
rusty mug.
do anything or anything on the way, or check anything out, or are you guys Hayden beelining kind of for the rest?
I'd like to, if I see any like a blacksmith or any sort of like gem worker type person area that deals with gold, maybe, or ores, or creating anything of jewelry, I would like to stop in there.
Okay. So you know that the steaming anvils we mentioned, which is on core 5, that was mentioned in regards to the murder. So you know that would be somewhere that. And then there's the furnaces and the anvils that Thoric's working at with the other dwarf. That would be another
Okay.
spot. Or up beside the rusty mug where Jack assaulted that civilian. There was the blacksmiths up there as well.
Allegedly.
There was witnesses.
Okay.
So those are the places you know about.
Okay. All right. So let me. Yeah. So we're on core 5 already. I want to pop into the steaming anvil.
Okay.
Have I
Jack,
been in there yet? No, I haven't. Have I?
Jack would be trying to lead. Are we going to be going the direction of this place, or is it going to be kind of away from where we're going?
Depends how Atlas communicates where he wants to go.
Right. Okay.
Just on our way, Jack, there's a blacksmith I want to check out. If you guys want to head up to Carmen, I'm just gonna pop in there, and then I can meet you up on core 1 if that works. I'd only be maybe 10-15 minutes behind you.
At this point, we're already here. Let's just go.
Okay. On the way, if we go this way.
Okay.
All right. So working your way around, you're passing. You've kind of done a full Atlas. You've actually done a full circle of this core when you first visited. So being at the Dragon Flagon right now, if you head to the west and then north, will take you to the only place you haven't been yet. So you ascertain that that's where it would be.
Okay.
So you can either go to the west, which takes you past the battle ring that you've seen, and the pens where the Bulgar was, the Beastmaster. Or if you go north and then west, you go past 2 buildings you guys just walked past when you were coming to the Dragon Flagon.
Well, the Beastmaster's name was Bulgar.
Yeah.
Let's go. And they haven't been past that area, them like everyone else, right? They came the other way, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay, so we'll go that way, just so they can see it.
Yeah. So you guys start walking in a westerly direction. You can see in the distance on the left-hand side, you see this kind of fence starting to kind of come into focus. It's huge, and as you get closer, you see sand in the center. You see these large kind of wooden, almost like planks layered just outside this area, kind of leading into it. So you continue to walk past that. Up ahead, you see an area that has a bunch of kind of fences and cages. You see some animals there. You see this large figure, Atlas, you recognize as Bulgar. Muscular kind of fur here. He has a head of a bear. And he just seems to be kind of cleaning up and moving things around. You don't notice Harper that you've seen last time when you were here. But you guys are walking past here and heading north towards the anvil. Unless anybody wants to do anything.
I just want to wave.
Hey, Bulgar.
Welcome again, little one. He waves over at you.
No Harper today?
Well, he hasn't showed up for work today.
I hope he's okay.
It's not like him to miss work. He likes his money. Don't we all?
Alright, well, we'll keep an eye out for him.
Appreciate it. Have a great day. You guys start to head north. You can see in the distance now, you're kind of passing the stairs that would lead up to the next core, but bypassing that, moving up, you see the next door stairs on the right, but straight ahead, you see this stone building. Parts of it are actually metal on the bottom. There's kind of metal and then stone and then metal. It's quite interesting the way it kind of glistens with the sun shining down. But lots of steam just piling out the top of this. And you ascertain that this is the steaming anvil.
All right, I'd like to head on in.
All right. You walk in, it's still early in the morning. So there's no patrons there. And you see one gentleman standing behind the counter. Tall, looks to be human. Wearing this kind of green robe, golden edges to it, long blonde hair tied back in a ponytail, and 2 big earrings, one on each side. Just standing behind the counter. As you look, you can see behind these kind of like, it looks like half circular holes in the wall behind with kind of like fire just emanating from it, and you can just see all the smoke kind of pouring up behind. On each side, you see shelves with the glass panes on the front of it, and you see lots of different weaponry and armor, shields all displayed. Just greet you. Welcome to my store. How can I help you today, sir?
Oh, hello.
Did everyone come in with me, or am I by myself?
I went in.
Jack walked in.
Okay, Mastos, did you come in as well?
Uh-oh, did we lose him? Tim!
Mastos
Tim!
is waiting outside with his owl on his shoulder.
Sorry.
He's up.
Yeah, but can
Yeah.
you hear us?
No, I am.
Oh, okay.
Are you
Oh, sorry.
following? So you're either following into the blacksmith or waiting outside?
No, I'm following.
Okay. Yeah, so he's just leaning against the counter, smiling at you, Atlas.
Is everyone standing next to me at the counter?
I'm like
Jack-
hanging back. I'm not like up there with you, but I want to be within earshot so I can hear.
Okay.
Jack would be within 5 feet of you.
Okay. He's following you. Mastos, where are
Cool.
you?
Cool.
Mastos, you gonna wait at the entrance or kind of go up beside
Yeah,
Atlas,
no,
or-
wait at the entrance for them.
Okay, so you guys are kind of spread out, but with Jack pretty much beside you, Atlas, as you approach the counter.
Good evening, sir. I'm just wondering if you have ever seen anything like this. And
I pull my disc out and kind of slide it out onto the table.
Just
Okay.
whip it out anywhere now.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, this is quite interesting. Let me take a look here. Pretty basic craftsmanship. Haven't seen of this particular make, but obviously the Hopebringer symbol, as you probably already know, I'm sure. But looks like basic silver with a little bit of an enchantment on the back for the sticking to the metal as you would do with any armor. And he kind of lifts it up and just kind of lets it go on your chest and just boom, sticks to the front of your chest.
right, yeah, but this part in the middle here, there's like almost like a dust residue. Do you know if something should be there, or is it missing a piece?
Well, based on that type of design, I would expect some sort of jewel or gem to be the central presentation of an item like that, perhaps?
Okay. Would the enchantment be in the gem then?
Oh, it's just a simple enchantment so that it can stay on any type of metal. No. That wouldn't have anything to do with the gem in the central side. Probably something, a jade or a diamond, something like that.
Okay, alright. Wonderful. Now, another thing, if you could take a look at for me, is this.
And I put down the windsmith hammer.
Okay.
And
His eyes kind of
yeah.
open up a little bit when you put that down.
Okay.
Ooh. Do you mind if I...
Absolutely. I'm very interested in the crystal that's in this hammer. Are you familiar with it? What it is?
Indeed. He starts kind of moving all over it. He picks it up, and his eyes just go wide with how light it is, and he starts looking at the crystal itself, and he's like, "Ah, indeed, this is the derivative of sanguine. Some type of enchantment going through the crystal to enable the lightness of the hammer. This is amazing. Where did you get this? Phenomenal piece of work."
Oh, it was a gift from a great friend.
Wow, this is fantastic. Your friend's been very kind if it was a gift. How much would you sell something like this for?
Oh, I could not part with it. I'm actually wondering if some of the crystal can be removed and fashioned into smaller crystals.
Let me see.
Would it lose its enchantment?
The enchanting aspect is a little bit above my expertise. I can deal more with the physicality of the metal pieces. If I had to guess, I would assume it would break the enchantment, because the structural integrity of enchantments are usually based on the actual component itself that's used. But that's but a guess, my friend. That's but a guess.
Okay, alright. And, lastly, I was wondering...
And I turn to Jack. Sorry, who's beside me right now? Jack.
Jack, yeah.
Jack, do you mind giving me a minute?
Sure. And then Jack is going to go see if there's anything hanging on the wall for him to look at.
Hearing that, Darius is going to put his hood up and come closer.
So you're activating invisibility?
What I've...
Seen him do that? Like,
Roll a perception.
How would
Shop-
he see me? He's not
the
facing me. I'm
shopkeeper.
behind him.
well, because I
He's
just
not.
turned to Jack. So I'm
Yeah.
like, you guys are all within close range of me, are you not?
Yeah, okay, fair.
Well, don't worry, it wasn't that good, anyways.
He does have passive perception of high passive
well,
perception. So.
Yeah, I do, but 12 was my roll.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, you would notice, the shopkeeper is too fixated by his natural one. I mean, his the hammer that he's studying. So
Okay.
yeah, he just noticed. Whew.
Okay. Okay, so I think I'm alone.
Yep. Jack kind of walked off, started looking at some strange weapons he hasn't seen racked up on the wall.
Okay. I'm going to place one piece of sanguine on the table, like the raw sanguine that I had.
Okay.
And I'm going to ask the guy.
Do you only deal in weaponry, or would you be able to fashion this into 6 gems?
If you don't mind me asking, where did you get this?
Also a gift.
You can see him visibly, like, not wanting to touch it and kind of leaning back. So raw sanguine isn't something that I would be able to help you with, and something perhaps, if it was a gift, you shouldn't be showing around too much.
Oh, I'm sorry, is there something wrong? What's...
Oh, that's a controlled substance, we should say. It's not something that I can deal with in my establishment.
Apologies, I'm kind of new around here, so I'm not really sure. I'm just an automaton, so I'm just trying to get my friends a memento, and I was hoping to maybe make something out of this.
I'll stuff it back into my pouch.
Yeah, he gets a little bit more relaxed. I do apologize. I'm not too sure who you would bring something like that to. Centaurium controls all of the sanguine. It's not something that the normal layman, as you say, could really do a lot with. Sorry about that. I wish I could help more.
Oh, no. Thank you for the information. I didn't really think it was anything of real value, just more sentimental for us, so I'll make sure not to whip at her out too often. Why is it so controlled? I don't understand.
Well, it's essentially its own power source, and so it can be used for many different things, and there's only very few mines that it can be taken from, and it's, those mines are controlled by Centaurium, so it's any of those that make its way out of there haven't done it, the correct way, we should say.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Wow, okay. I'll be very careful. If you don't mind, maybe not speaking about this. I didn't really realize it was such an issue. It was a gift.
Well, there's been enough attention around my establishment recently. I don't really want any more, so rest assured I won't be saying anything about that. But the hammer, beautiful piece, yes.
Insight check on that, please.
Okay, what are you looking for?
Exactly. To see if any deceit, like as if he seems like he might just rat me out.
Oh, okay, yeah, go ahead.
3 plus nothing good.
So he looks genuinely concerned. As far as you're concerned, he absolutely would not be ratting you out.
Okay. All right.
Well, do you work with gold at all?
Oh, absolutely. Of course, we have lots of gold items here to purchase. Or if you have some gold, I can take a look at it for you. Put a value, perhaps, if you have some gold items.
I don't. I just know that gold is very valuable among most flesh walkers, as I like to call them. Is there someone that maybe around here that likes to collect gold that I could speak to? I'm just trying to understand more about humans and flesh walkers.
Interesting phrase. I mean, everybody likes gold. I don't know anybody specifically that would collect it per se, and unless it's to save up for something special, like one of these beautiful suits of armor in the corner.
Ooh. Okay, well, I might, from the person that gifted me this wonderful controlled substance, they also have a large gold goblet that seems to be very valuable, and I'm just trying to find a buyer that might be interested in more of the collecting side of things than just, buying and selling.
I don't know of anybody that would give you a better price than I would.
Okay. Well, I'll keep that in mind. Last question before I go. Is there anyone in here that likes to come buy a lot of your gold items?
Not not specifically. Gold's not really top of the list for purchases. Most people use it for trading and such. It's not a great metal for armors and weapons and things like that, unfortunately.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much for your time, and appreciate the tight lips on the old controlled substance. And here you go.
I'll give him 1 gold.
Oh, very gracious of you. I do very much appreciate it. Takes it.
Thank you very much.
Don't forget, if you do find anything of worthwhile, bring it to Idris. He'll take care of you. That's me. I'm Idris.
Hi, Idris. Thank you. I am Atlas, and we are the Atlas. So we'll be around and about, maybe for the next day or so.
Of course, if you need any supplies, come and see me.
Perfect. Oh, last quick question before I go. You said a gem might have existed in this disc of mine. Is there maybe someone that deals in gems and enchantments in this city that we could speak to?
Well, enchantments, I believe Cleric. Nobody is better at enchantments than Cleric. As for gems, you could try the Weeping Sorrow. Mira is quite good at strange and interesting things. She may be able to help you out with that.
Mira at the Weeping Sorrow?
Yes.
What core is that on?
That's the north of Core 3. I'm sorry, I forgot you are new. My apologies.
No problem. Thank you very much for your time again, and you have a wonderful day.
Yeah, thank you very much. And you too. And you too, gentlemen. Have a wonderful day. Thank you for perusing my wares.
I'm gonna make my way out and stand outside, like against the wall, and remove my hood.
Okay.
Oh, I was hoping to turn and just bump right into you.
Jack, you see Atlas turn and start moving out. Mastos the same.
While he was talking, I want to see what was on the wall.
Okay. So, along the center shelf on the left-hand wall, you see an arrangement of... you only say devices. You don't really understand what they are. One of them kind of has a long cylinder with a small arced edge. Almost looks like the handle of what would be on a crossbow, but the barrel on the front of this doesn't make any sense to a crossbow. And then almost like a smaller version. You can see this handle goes small and down, and a small kind of hook trigger, and a small metal barrel on the front of it, like almost like a smaller version of that. And it has all these strange engravings on the side and down the handle. You haven't seen devices like this before.
Jack points at it. What's this? Looks at the shopkeep.
That's a scattershot rifle, and that is as a hand cannon. Do you have a license for those? I'm more than happy to sell you some.
I probably don't have whatever you just said I needed. And then he's gonna kind of tilt up his gauntlet and flex the crossbow part of it. Do you sell any specialized ammo for these?
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. We don't know. We're a little bit more... maybe you could go to Water Steel on Core 1. They have different types of ammunition for crossbows and things like that. They may be able to help you.
That's where I allegedly assaulted somebody, right?
Oh, I thought you were saying that to the guy.
No.
Yes, it was, yes.
Okay. I was already there. They don't have anything.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Okay. Never mind then. This stuff looks too weird for me.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. Well, if we can help you with anything else, you know where to find us.
And then Jack will kind of wave at him and leave.
Okay. Okay, you all leaving outside?
Mastos
Yeah, I
is
am,
never invested in armor.
Especially not metal kind.
Yeah.
Okay, so where are you guys heading now?
So we're on core 5 still?
Yeah, you're at the northwest corner of Core 5 right now.
Okay. I'd start heading up to core 4 if anyone disagrees.
Jack would be walking beside Atlas at this point.
Okay.
Is Darius within earshot?
I would have started walking with you guys when you came out. If you're not out yet, I wouldn't be.
Yeah, okay.
Darius, you said Darian said the spheres. Did he see the spheres, or he heard of
Just
them?
one sphere. He said he saw it go over the city, and that's when all the crime and everything started happening.
Right. Okay. We didn't.
And I'm obviously talking and walking.
Mhm.
He didn't say that if it disappeared or anything like that. We didn't get that far in the conversation with him.
No, I didn't clarify. We can always go talk to him, though. He works.
He was in Core 4, wasn't he?
Yes, on the western side. There's a blacksmith there. That's where Thoric works as well.
Oh.
He said that we couldn't miss it because I asked him for specifics, and he said it's on the western side. You can't miss it.
Okay. All right. Well, if we pass by it, maybe we just pop in and ask him on the way.
Yeah, I think that would be helpful.
Is that good with you, Jack?
Works for me.
Alrighty.
We'll aim for that then.
Okay. So as you just go up the stairs leading up into Core 4, as soon as you hit the top of the stairs, you three minus Atlas, straight ahead you guys see the fenced off kind of scrapyard that you've seen before to the north. As you turn to the left to start to loop around to the stairs to go up, you immediately see the far end of this western wall is just lined with furnaces and anvils and people working and hammering and smelting and ore being transferred through carts up and down. It's just a whole working outside area on the western side of Core 4.
I think that's the place.
Looks like it might be. Keep your eye out. Maybe we'll see Thoric.
Okay.
We'll start heading over there.
All right. So everybody heading over?
Yep.
All right.
Following.
So Darius, roll a perception check.
My perception's always balls, man.
I'll cast guidance on him. Like, well, I guess I wouldn't know. Yeah, never mind.
8.
8. Okay. Yeah, you're taking a look. You see a lot of sweaty dwarves working away at these furnaces and these anvils, and the sound of the just bing, bing, and the heat from the furnaces on the side kind of makes you squint a little bit as you're looking around. The noise is distracting, and you can't seem to zero in on Darian.
That's fine. I'll just stop one of the closest people, and I'm gonna walk up as disarmingly as possible, and just be like, "Hey, friend. I met someone the other day. His name's Darian. He said that I could come and see him here if I was ever down in this core. So I thought I'd come and say hi. Do you know where I can find him?"
Okay, yeah. This is a little smaller human, close to a child, kind of pushing this minecart. Oh yes, Darian. Yes, absolutely. He's usually down at the southern end, closer to the where the stairs begin. Yes, you could find him down there. He's usually there.
Thank you kindly, and I flick him a gold.
Oh, goodness. Thank you. What a great day. I'm going to eat tonight. Puts it in his pocket and starts shimmying off to the north.
Darius has a look of oh shit on his face.
So yeah, just start heading south. Roll another perception with guidance.
No, I don't need it. Rolled an 18, so 21.
Okay. Yeah, as you get a little bit closer down, you can recognize Darian right away from behind with the same kind of raggedy chainmail that he's wearing and the metal kind of gauntlets that are all kind of tarred up, and you just see him bang, bang, hitting some sort of material
Hand
with
up.
large avils.
Darian! And I yell to him.
All right, how you doing? What was your name again?
Come on, you know.
Darius.
There you go.
He takes his glove off and comes up to give you a high five.
I totally do it back.
Good to see you. What brings you here?
I just I had some follow-up questions to our conversation from yesterday, if you don't mind.
Of course, I need a break anyway.
So you mentioned the purple sphere that showed up over the city.
Aye.
Did it just disappear? Did it fly away? What happened to it?
Well, I didn't see it myself. That was I heard mumblings that's happening. I seen that purple light. come from the top here. You see the way the sun comes down and lights the place up. That turned purple for a few seconds. I didn't see the orbs myself. I just heard the rumors.
And any rumors about what it did?
Don't think it did anything, as far as I know.
Well, like, so I mean, it's not here anymore, right? So
Yeah.
did anybody say what they saw? It like, did they see it fly away? Did they see it kind of shrink down and disappear?
Oh, I'm not sure about that. Sorry. That's just what I heard. I was a little bit distracted with everything that happened, obviously.
Of course, I understand. And again, I am very sorry for your loss.
That's all right. It happens.
I am a little busy right now, but do you have maybe a couple names of people we could talk to that did see it? Maybe we could talk to them when we have a chance.
I don't really know. I was just here when I'm having my lunch down in the Dragonflag, and I just kind of hear people talk. I keep myself to myself mostly. That's why I was so happy to have my friend, you know. So, but yeah, maybe Carolyn might know. She's in charge of the whole security here, and that sounds a bit of a security thing. If there's stuff coming in here that shouldn't be coming in.
That's very true. All right, well, I'll check in with her, and I pull out another gold and hand it to him. I said, have an ale on me later.
Oh, I'll have a couple. Thank you so much, Darius. You can
You're
stop
welcome,
down
friend.
here every day and a couple of times a day if you want.
All right, man. You have a good day.
You too.
Thank you. Would everybody close enough to hear that, or do I need to relay?
Yeah, I think everybody's kind of staying as a group at this stage, unless somebody specifically wants to peel off.
All right.
Do I see Thoric around? If I seen Thoric, I would have peeled off.
Yeah. Roll perception.
21.
21. Yeah, you scan the area right from whenever you hit these furnaces, the north, right down, walking down to the south, and you're very confident you don't see Thoric.
Okay.
All right. Well, I guess we should go talk to Carmen. That's kind of two things in one now.
All right.
All right, so with going down to the kind of the southern end here, it makes sense for you guys to go to that stairway rather than make your way to the north. If you want to do that, you may do that.
Perfect.
All right, so you guys start heading towards the stairs. Beyond the stairs, you can see Sarek's area, where you guys were before. So you head up the stairs to core 3.
Hold on. Before we go up, I'm just going to be like, do we want to stop in here to talk to Cleric about anything, like the grounding spheres? Or is this a we'll do it later type thing? And I'm looking at Jack while saying it.
Did you plan on talking to him today?
All right. I don't think we need to talk to her at any point. I think it's more so, I think before we leave the city, we need to talk to her. Since we're right here, your call, though.
Aren't we going to be coming back down here anyway to investigate more?
I don't know. But
Probably.
carry on.
Yeah, we can come back
Motion
later.
up the stairs.
Okay. Yeah, as you guys head up the stairs again now into core 3. Look across, you see far to the south, you see Grounded, the inn, some housing to your right, but you loop around, head up the stairs to core 2. This is the stairs that came up when you went over to see Harper. You guys continue up to core 1. And as you get to the top of the stairs, you see the musty rug ahead, about 200 feet. You guys continue to walk to it.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Remember, I said I was going to be messaging on the way up. Did I get any message returned?
So you're about 200 feet away from the rusty mug, so you haven't gotten anything back.
Okay.
If she was in there. So you guys
Alright.
keep heading on towards.
Yep.
Yeah.
Jack has tried to stay in the front.
I will just relay, like, I've sent a message several times and not got a response, so there's a good chance she's not on this side of the city.
Better than assuming she's dead.
Well, I mean, that's still a possibility.
Yeah, so as you guys get a little bit closer, you see things are starting to pick up a little bit now. It's a little bit later in the morning. People are going about their day. You guys reach the archway. No guards posted at the archway or anything. You kind of look in. You see some general patrons, maybe about 12 people kind of scattered throughout the tables. You can see from the entrance, you can see Jin is at the standing at the bar. with his beautiful orc skin, cleaning out some mugs, and you do see Carmen sitting over in the corner.
Bing pot.
Excellent. And pretty sure Atlas has the paperwork, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it should.
Jack is going to ask for it. Do you mind handing over that letter?
Oh,
Oh, sure. Yes, there you go.
Thank you. Does anybody have questions for Carmen, or is this something I can handle?
Purple spheres.
You best come with me.
Okay.
And Jack will walk on in and make his way directly towards Carmen.
I will follow.
I'll follow too, I'll be hanging back.
As you kind of approach, you see Carmen writing on some parchment. She's got her usual kind of stack on the right-hand side. Looks like writing a letter or something. Doesn't raise her head.
Jack will go up and stand by, like, in front of the desk and wait in acknowledgement for him to sit down.
Okay, she just kind of like just holds up her finger for a second. Sorry about that. Have a seat, Jack. Have a seat.
And Jack will do like a kind of a small bow and sit down. And I don't know if you had heard back yet, but we got our version of writing saying that I did not sick Reen on that poor gnome woman.
Of course, I did receive the report from Cleric, but it doesn't hurt to have extras. Let's take a look. She pulls it over and kind of just looks to it. Just kind of nodding ahead in acknowledgement. It's kind of information that she, had already got relayed and kind of pushed aside. Are all of your colleagues here, or should I just communicate what I have to communicate to you and you can relay?
I can relay anything you have. We're all here, but not everyone needed to come up here.
I mean, I am standing right here.
Would you like to have a seat? I'm sorry, your name again was?
Darius.
Darius, please have a seat. Make yourself comfortable.
I'll sit down.
So, indeed, to start off, just to confirm, you are no longer a suspect, we'll say, for the murder of Miss Gearspark. It has been confirmed that it's the same animal that had killed her that had killed the owner of the establishment that you had inspected. So, that's been taken care of. At further investigation into the home of Sunak, it looks like we have quite a trail of what might have happened, which we were going to pursue, which I obviously can't tell you full details about. But the report against torture and kidnapping cannot be fulfilled at the moment, as Sunak and Villian has fled the city. So, those charges have been dropped, so you are free and clear. We're going to pursue their traveling. We're tracking them currently. But other than that, the death of the Dawnbreaker, the culprits we do believe are some kobolds that have set up camp at the other end of the tunnel. And as for the sentry, Thoric has agreed to do some work for us, which will be taken care of. So as far as it stands, I believe you have a clean slate.
I just in the background.
That's good to hear. And I'm glad things went well for us in that case, but I apologize for the work you have to do.
Well, it did bring some things to our attention. I did put out some feelers when you mentioned about finding those teeth that I told you to keep for now. There has been some reports from different areas where we have people in placement, we'll say. And it appears there's been some deaths of Drake Wardens across Palath. So I just wanted to let you know that these deaths are, of strange kind.
You said it's across the Lath? It's not just here in the city?
Oh, I've never known of a Drake Warden to be killed in the city. This is across Talath, yes.
I look worriedly at Jack. Okay. Couple questions, if you don't mind.
Of course.
First, when we were doing our own investigations, I heard some whispers about a purple sphere that appeared above the city.
Indeed.
Do you know anything about it?
It was about a week ago, and from what I understand, the witness reports this sphere or orb had hit the top of our city, and it kind of just funneled through where our light normally is distributed, and funneled down for a few seconds, and then it was gone.
So nobody saw it fly away? It was just there and then it was gone?
That's what the witnesses said, yes. And with further investigation, I couldn't find any effect of anything other than the murder that we had. But that body has been inspected, and there was nothing in regards to purple lights or anything like that.
Are you referring to Emmerich?
Yes, indeed.
Do you, if you can tell me, do you have any details on his murder or what happened or how he was killed?
Normally I wouldn't, but you've all been actually helpful in finding this little cancer that was in our city. But the strangest part about this murder, and normally we can get to things like this quite quickly. I mean, we have somebody that can speak to someone who is passed, but it did not work with this particular murder. And the most curious thing, no wounds. We couldn't find any wounds. Couldn't see any stab marks. We couldn't take trace of any poisons. The bodily functions seemed to be okay. There was nothing that indicated how he died.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry, out of character. Who are we talking about right now?
Emmerich.
Emmerich. Okay.
Okay. Anything else suspicious or weird going on other than the purple light and the unknown murder?
Other than the thefts that Jack was going to look into, if he had time, that's the most of it, really. We're starting to get ramped up here and got other things going on, so that's the main things.
Okay, thank you. Just out of curiosity, obviously we have to discuss, but are we able to leave the city now?
Oh, yes.
If we need to. Okay.
Absolutely, of course. Perhaps
right,
just not
thanks.
via the rear entrance.
Yep, good to know.
I only
We
say
will keep
that
that noted.
because you understand you have the password to get past the now repaired sentry, but the kobolds have set up a decent sized camp at the end of that tunnel, so perhaps just stick to the main roads.
Good to know. Okay. All right, thank you.
Of course.
Jack, anything else?
Our name's clear, and seems like we're going to be okay in the city for now, so I'm satisfied.
All right. Carmen, apologies for how we first met. Thank you for your time and your assistance. And I stand up and I give a slight bow.
Jack will then stand up. Apologies how you first met. And then bow.
Well, I'm a believer in fate, so the meeting perhaps was not great, but the outcome, I say, is in a positive. So I appreciate you both. And she stands up and does a little bow herself.
All right. I will turn back and head towards Atlas. And then basically, did you hear about that? Did you hear? Were you listening?
Yes.
Yeah, I was, yeah.
Master was heard.
So it doesn't look like the sphere left. Funneled in here somewhere.
We're in the clear.
Yes.
Yes,
That's
yes,
it.
yes.
Well, it sounds like if this orb came here and dissipated into the city here, I don't think we're going to be able to retrieve it. I think whatever's happened has happened, and it's out of our hands.
Yeah. At least for now. We should keep an eye out for any other news of other cities that saw them in our travels.
Now,
Not just cities. Could be anything. Wildlife could be affected.
True.
In regards to the thefts, I know we were looking for gold, but it did say a golden scroll, so maybe that would be more interesting
Well,
to get information on.
I think it was a scroll inside of a golden scroll holder. I don't think it was an actual scroll. It seems to be whoever's taking this gold just really likes gold.
Oh yeah, it was. Yeah. Well, maybe this scroll holder, or this place that has it, has another golden scroll holder, and we can use it as bait.
Well, I mean,
Are you
Well,
guys
we-
interested in pursuing this? I said that if we had time, so Carmen understands if we're not going to address this.
Yeah, she said we're good to go. So it's up to you if you want to investigate. I mean, what's on the scroll? That might be something worth figuring out. I mean, so you also heard that Amric died via precarious means. They don't have any information on how he died. And I'm wondering if it was some type of necromancy. Maybe they drained his life essence out of him.
I think maybe it might all be connected. Wherever this purple orb's power went to, maybe they're using this to harm people.
Who's they?
Exactly. That's what I mean. Maybe we need to stay a little bit and investigate this murder. It might actually lead us to more answers for what we're trying to seek out.
Well, maybe we go talk to the person at the Wizard's Tower. Miss Moonbringer.
I think that's a great idea.
Sounds good to me. Where's the tower?
Also, me.
Jack, do you know where the tower is?
There's someone that might know right behind us. Just saying.
Oh, Carmen, good idea. And Jack's gonna kind of walk back over slowly to Carmen. One quick thing. Where's the Wizard Tower?
At the Wizard's Tower, you can find that on the southeast corner of Core 1 here, just the further southeast.
Thank you.
Of course.
We'll check in later and let you know if we find anything.
Much appreciated.
And then Jack's gonna walk over south end of this core. We can make our way.
Perfect.
All right.
Are you guys all heading out?
Yep.
I'm gonna just turn to Carmen as they start walking off.
I'd stop and watch this. I'm like, uh-oh.
Excuse me, Carmen?
Yes.
Hi, just wondering, since I think we're gonna stay a little bit and try to help out around here, we're gonna look into that theft that's going on. Might be connected to the murders.
Well, the gold thefts were going a little bit longer than the murders. I'm not sure if they're connected.
Well, we're gonna look into both and maybe see if we can figure it out, but do you have maybe something that we could present people if we're asking questions that know that we're helping and maybe assure them that we're not nefarious? Maybe a seal or a paper or something?
Darius, like, his tension releases. He's, like, relieved that he's, like, not asking her to pay for anything, and he turns and leaves.
You know, if you're going to stick around a while, it's probably not a bad idea. One moment here.
Do I see Darius leave?
Yeah, your passive
Okay, I
perception.
immediately pull out my scalpel. No.
Assassinates her.
Now that he's gone, it's been me all along.
And that's it for this week.
She kind of fumbles through a little bit and brings something out. Okay, here we go. And she hands you this small. It's actually carved out of stone. And it's only about maybe 3 inches in size, and it looks like almost the shape of an N in the middle, but it's got kind of like 2 blades that go around the outside of the 2 ends. If there's any issues, just present this.
Oh, perfect. What is this?
This is a sign of the Nolja.
Wonderful. Okay, well, thank you, and I will reach out if we discover anything.
Perfect.
I'm gonna turn and walk away
All right.
and put the emblem inside me.
Okay, you eat the emblem.
I just want to do it in front of her. I want to like flick it up into my mouth.
She's like, "Ah,
Don't worry, it's more than safe. Ooh, delicious.
Just cranks her head a little bit.
Yeah, turn and catch up with the group.
All right, so everybody heading out. So you guys are heading to the southeast, the Wizard's Tower, I'm assuming?
Yes. The Wizard's Tower.
All right. So you guys are walking down. The quickest way would be to kind of head south and then go to the east from where you guys are. So you walk past the stairs that lead down to the core and the stairs that lead you up to the surface. You pass a looks like a big store with random adventuring items as you kind of glance in as you walk by. And then as you get to the corner, you see now quite clear this store is, the front of it is cylindrical, going up, and has a small point on the top. And as you guys get closer, it's got a sort of iron solid door that is currently closed. You can't see through it. But the size of this store, the width of it only looks about maybe 15 feet wide. Maybe about 20 feet deep. As you guys are walking closer, Mastos, you notice your little tiger cat friend. Mastos, you notice your little tiger cat friend is trotting behind you. Boop, 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 boop. You guys are about 50 feet away from the Wizard's Tower right now.
I crouch down to interact with Jasper's cat.
Okay. As you reach down, you see a little a collar with a little tube, a little screw on the end of it.
Cute. I pull the tube container out off his necklace.
Okay. As you pull it off, you see there's a rolled up note inside.
I unscroll the note and read it.
Okay. And it says, "Please come immediately to my home. There's someone that wants to meet you." And it's signed Jasper.
And that's where
We'll leave it there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always make sure we leave on a suspenseful note.
That makes it fun.
Alrighty.
Thank you for the session, guys. Good one. We're skipping next week. There's no session next week as Atlas is going on stasis for 14 days. So yeah, we'll be back the following week, 8 p.m. EST on the Tuesday. Hope you enjoyed. We'll see you next one, guys.